Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
Baseball from the Big A, bringing you our Angels Live pregame presented by Nissan. Getting you set for this big weekend, Christmas in June coming up. The Christmas tree is already up, raring to go. Angels going for the sweep of the Oakland A's, playing better baseball, a winning month so far. The last 11 at home, 7-4. They're getting some power where they need it. Taylor Ward back-to-back jacks, and Mickey Moniak certainly starting to find it with that grand slam last night. We're going to school with Gooby and a Halo history lesson, and we're going to put that bullpen in the spotlight. E-Dub, Erica West are going to join us and break down Ben Joyce and talking Carlos Estes as well. Great to be with you down here on the field. The heat is on. Mark Guba's Tim Salmon, Patrick O'Neill here with you. I mentioned those numbers about the month of June and the last 11 at home. Gooby and a chance to win this series, the sweep. Got to like the way the Angels are playing.
Yeah, Patty O and Tim, they're doing a lot of things well right now, and that's what you want to do when you have young players in there in important roles, coming through with some big hits, making plays in the field. It's doing the little things to be able to win games. It's a fun atmosphere. By the way, it's Christmas every day when you're at the ballpark, Patty O.
Love it, exactly.
Yeah, you know, I want to second that. I mean, we've talked all year long about when is this team going to start clicking on all cylinders, and that's what you're talking about. The pitching has really been kind of there all year. The hitting's been up and down, but right now you're seeing consistent production offensively, putting up some runs, and I think that might have a little bit to do with the schedule as well. You know, you're not facing those Big East teams, you know, right now, so they're taking advantage of it, and you're seeing what this team looks like when they're clicking on all cylinders.
Now, all I want for Christmas in June is a series sweep, and then 3 out of 4 versus Detroit over the weekend. Gooby, let's talk about the power of Taylor Ward. He's a streaky hitter. He's on one right now.
Yeah, I mean, you talk always about his timing. When his timing is together and he's hitting the ball like he did the other day, the home run, the right center field, you know he's getting locked in, and he's coming through. Think about it, a couple home runs, a couple doubles of late. So the power, the OPS at over 1,300 last 5 games, it's good to see that. You mentioned he's a streaky hitter. Like, and Tim, you know this too. A lot of times when you're a guy that relies a lot on power, you're going to have those stretches where you're pulling off the baseball, not making consistent contact. But when you're hot and when your timing is there, you can carry a club. And right now, Taylor Ward is doing that.
Yeah, and when you talk about carrying a club, I mean, he's had to really carry the club with the injuries the last, 2 months almost, or 6 weeks. So that can take its toll. I mean, when you're facing against, the good pitchers in the game and you're really the biggest threat in the lineup, they're going to bear down on you and not give you those pitches. And sometimes the frustration mounts and you're trying to create stuff that's not there. And I think for Taylor, he's coming out of that cycle right now. I think the home run to right field the other night was huge to see a right-handed hitter go power the other way. And then, of course, that home run off the lefty yesterday, he kept his hands inside very well, got the barrel of the ball and kept it fair. So to me, I'm seeing much better swings, and as you see guys around him starting to swing it, maybe he's going to see more pitches.
And Tim, when you're the guy in the lineup, how hard is that? Is it, you have to be the one producing runs where the pitcher's not necessarily going to give you good pitches that you don't expand?
Well, I mean, that's what made Barry Bonds so great, is that when the pitchers didn't want to pitch him, he said, fine, I'll take the walks. And that's really what you got to get down to, is that, hey, if they're not going to pitch you or they're going to pitch you tough, you got to go up there and take what they give you, and it's not always going to be that pitch you can hit a home run on. And that's just a difficult thing for any hitter to go through when you don't have those guys around you supporting you.
Mickey Moniak went through some tough times for his couple of months, but he's found something. He's simplifying. He's confident right now. He's having fun. Part of that 5-run fourth last night, the big grand slam crushed curveball.
Yeah, he's a Moniak right now.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he definitely is a Moniak right now. Last 15 games, he's starting to see the ball. And I know Washington said earlier, he goes, granted, you hit some home runs last year, but you're not necessarily a home run hitter. Just hit the ball on the line, and you're starting to see that a lot. Even that baseball he hit out yesterday was a good swing out in front of that. It was a breaking ball. It still went out and got it. It's his first career grand slam for Moniak. So you're talking about really solid over his last 15 games, a batting average over 300. So when you see that, you're confident. You're starting to stay back on the baseball, hit the ball on the line, and we know he's going to save a lot of runs defensively out in the outfield. He's an outstanding defender no matter where he is. They're really comfortable in center field.
Well, that's the key, is that his defense hasn't suffered as his hitting was, struggling early on. And you got to look at it early on. Mike Trout was playing, and so he wasn't getting consistent at bats. And I think since Mike's been out of the game, he's been able to play, get his consistent at bats, and kind of work through some of the funk that he created by not getting those consistent at bats. And you're seeing what's happened in the last 2 weeks. Talked to him the other day. The key is, hey, just being focused in the zone, swinging at your pitches. And, I think the more relaxed you can be and knowing that you're going to be in there every night or whatever, get those consistent at-bats, that's going to allow you to relax and start swinging at your pitches.
And a question for another day is when Trout comes back. If Moniak keeps playing center like this, does Trout go to a corner? We'll just wait for that one, but get ready. Zach Neto, Gooby, Big Papa, is playing with tremendous confidence and swipes his 10th bag, and he's already gone 10-10 before the break.
And that's pretty impressive when you think about it in the history of the Angels. There's been a lot of great players that have gone through and put that Angels uniform on. Not many have had 10 home runs and 10 stolen bases before the All-Star break. So we know the power, we know how well he's swinging the bat. His timing has been good. He's hit the ball to all fields exceptionally well. He's hit breakables, he's hit fastballs, he's hit off speed, but I'm loving what he's doing at the plate right now. Sometimes he'll have the leg kicks, sometimes he won't, depending on the velocity of the pitcher on the mound. We know he does that on 2 strikes, but right now, Tim, he's getting his timing together because he knows exactly how to be able to read pitchers and be able to get into that stolen base threat.
Well, that's why he was drafted and why he got to the big leagues quick, because he's got all the skills. He's a 5'2" player. I think the key for me when I watch him play the last month especially, you're seeing a maturation process taking place, and I think you're seeing a different Zach Neto than you saw at the start of the year, even last year. You're seeing him really slow the game down and take advantage of the parts of the game that you're able to do as you get that experience. And to me, the hitting has been the key. He's not having those extended streaks of bad at-bats and swinging outside the zone. He's really putting together good at-bats and limiting those bad at-bats. And I think when he does that, you're going to find him getting on base more and really taking advantage of the mistakes the pitchers are giving him.
He's a fan favorite already. He could be a reason why these Angel fans show up, buy that Neto jersey. He's just got that it quality without a doubt. All right, pitching for the Angels today, Roansy, Contreras' first start for the Angels. 9 appearances out of the bullpen, but he started 30 games for the Pirates. He has a lot of pitches he could throw to get you out with.
Yeah, Patrick, he's got 4 quality pitches where he has an over 20% whiff percentage on all 4 of them. And you look historically with his numbers, you know, as a starter, he's got a better ERA. You know, it's 4.60 as a starter in those 30 games that you mentioned, and his ERA as a reliever is a little bit over 5. I love the fact that when you have 4 pitches you can go to, when you come out of the bullpen, a lot of times you don't get to utilize that a whole lot, but he's going to be able to utilize that today. If he gets that slider, that's going to be an important pitch today against Oakland. They will chase, and his fastball is solid, and he's going to be 93, 97 miles an hour, but that slider is going to be a big pitch for him today, Tim.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the key for him is going to be getting to those off-speed pitches. Like you said, coming out of the bullpen, maybe you don't get a chance to utilize it as much. But here's the thing. When he throws his off-speed pitch, he has a 12% line drive rate, which is, when you consider league average is 24%. Those off-speed pitches play well for him, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him use that whole arsenal. 5-pitch guy, I mean, former starter. Let's see what he can do mixing in that fastball, but really mixing in those secondary pitches.
It's possible he can stay in the rotation with all the injuries with Sandoval out, so we shall see. But overall, as we started the show off with how the Angels are playing of late, Erica Weston had a chance to talk to Ron Washington earlier and just get a gauge of how he feels his team looks right now.
Well, what I like is every facet of the game. We're starting to put some offense together. We've been playing quality defense. We get an opportunity to run the bases, and we've been getting some timely hits. And that's what it's going to take to keep the consistency going.
When you're playing against a young squad that's also in the middle of some struggles right now, but you also have a young team as well, what kind of things do you want to see from them?
Just a consistency of what they've been doing. That's all. It's usually going to come down to who's going to make the most mistakes, you know, who's going to take advantage of the opportunities that's presented, who's going to present the least amount of opportunities. And I think so far in the past 2 games, we've taken advantage of all of that.
Ron Washington has 4 wins from 700 in his career as a big league manager. I hope he gets that on Sunday, by the way. Gooby, accountability is a big word from all the skippers that you guys have both, had the pleasure of managing you. Where does Ron Washington, hold on a second, strike for us? Could they just...
Every day. It's your favorite time, Patio.
Your thoughts on Wash and that accountability?
I mean, that's the thing. You understand that as a player. If you're not going out there performing, even we saw it with Zach Neto almost getting picked off at second. Wash was not happy about that, even though he was happy about the stolen bases. He was happy about the defense and the swings at the bat. He wants every player to be ready to perform every pitch, every at-bat, every time on the field, and every time on the base pass, the whole 9 innings, even, or extra innings, depending. If you have that mentality, you have a chance of being pretty good and successful.
I mean, it comes down to consistency. If you want to be a big leaguer that has a long career and plays at a high level, it's about being consistent day in and day out. What does that mean? That means that everybody knows what to expect of you. And to go out there and play with that expectation level, you have to be accountable for the way you prepare, the way you go about your business. And that's what he's talking about. It's like he's teaching these young men how to become mature major leaguers. And it all stems from discipline and accountability in the way you go about the things you do.
Well said. It's starting to come together. Looks like it. Gooby, we're going to say goodbye. Nice win yesterday on your day.
Yes.
Let's close it out here.
I like Contreras on the mound here today.
Yeah.
When he walked by us in the dugout, you could tell he wants to be a starter. He's got starter stuff. It'll be about 65 pitches today as he gets more and more going along, but I do like his arm as a starter.
About 15 outs from him. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Gooby,
guys.
we say goodbye to you here, but when we come back, you're taking us to school, some history, right?
Always good to be at school.
Awesome. It's going to be a little Figgins, the Figgy cycle. That is coming up. Gooby on the call with Wayne and Erica. We say goodbye to him, but school's in session next.
Does anyone realize the monster that's lurking in Minnesota's pen? Mr. Duran.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. Duran, a dominant night.
This is unhittable stuff.
What's the movement? I mean, that's incredible.
Swung on a miss. He threw him something nasty and breaking.
Ball comes out with flames behind it.
He struck him out swinging. Gas at 103.
He is the best closer in baseball.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
Let your voice be heard with the 2024 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by BuildSubmarines.com.
Boy, that was hit a ton.
That's right. You get to decide who represents your team at the MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard this summer in Arlington.
Oh, what a shot.
He has a feel for the moment, doesn't he? And he makes the play.
So make your picks today at MLB.com/vote.
Everybody to our Angels Live Pre. It's presented by Nissan. Buckle up for an epic test drive at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales events. Feeling like summer for sure here at the Big A. Wednesday day game. Angels going for the sweep of the Oakland A's. Right now, we go to school. Mark Kubica and a Halo history lesson.
Angels fans, do you remember Sean Figgins' cycle in 2006? Let's go back in time right now. This is Goby's Halo history lesson. Listen up. It's September 16th, 2006. The Angels in Texas were taking on the Rangers. Fan favorite Sean Figgins steps up to the plate in the second inning with the Halos down by 4 runs. He fights one off and loops one over third base. Mike Napoli scores. Figgins with an RBI single. 5th inning now. The Halos still trailing. Figgins with a line shot over the wall off Adam Eaton. Sean Figgins down 2 for 2. 7th inning, Figgins up again. This time he finds the gap and takes Eaton to right center field for a stand-up double. Someone was seeing the ball well that night. A triple would complete the cycle. 9th inning now, can he do it? Full count. And another gapper, this one to left center field. We've all seen that speed before. Figgins slides into third for the cycle, getting the toughest one last.
The relay is bobbled, and sure enough, the cycle for Sean Figgins.
What a night! Figgins joins the club of 8 Halos who have hit for the cycle, including Jim Fregosi, who did it twice. Figgins went on to say, if I had the opportunity to drive the ball and get it to the wall, I was going to go for third. That night, center fielder Sean Figgins did just that and completed the cycle. If you don't know, now you know that Scooby's Halo history lesson, Figgy style.
It's awesome. Did Gooby have some confetti in the middle of that? Tim, you were in that game. You pinch hit 1 for 1. What type of teammate was Figgy? What do you remember about the game?
Figgy was the best. I mean, yeah, his rookie year, he came in for 2002 season. He came in to pinch run for me late in the ball game, and Yeah, he was always a difference maker when he got on the bases, for sure. I mean, it's amazing when you go back and you look at the recipe for winning and during that year and really his whole career. His speed was such a game changer. I look at that player there. He hit that ball over Carlos Lee's head. I'm thinking Figgins thinking that's inside the Parker right there. He didn't even have to slide at third, but
he was stopping at third no matter what.
Well, and you know, and you look at like Renifo right now, all the positions he plays. You know, Figgy was doing that back then, and to be a guy that was a leadoff hitter and using all the tools and playing a lot of different positions, that was kind of rare at that time.
He's a great Angel, without a doubt. Tim, we're going to talk about the back end of the bullpen for the Halos right now, and Carlos Estes. I really wanted him to keep it going. He retired 26 in a row, gave up a hit, but still picked up his 15th save.
He did. He's pitching with tremendous confidence right now, and I know last time I was here 6 weeks ago, I mean, that was the question. It's like, it looked like his confidence was a little shaky, but he's got it back now, and you can see what confidence does to any pitcher. You throw with more conviction. You can, you know, you go up there and you're looking for spots and you're hitting your spots. I think the key for him in this stretch, though, has been his strike throwing. I mean, early in the count, if not his first pitch, the second, you know, the numbers are ridiculous. 2 out of the first 3 pitches he throws are strikes, so he's working ahead in the count quite a bit. You know, elevating the pitches. I mean, that's one thing any reliever will tell you. Yeah, you got to be able to elevate, but, you know, early in the season he made a few mistakes where he didn't quite elevate it and they hurt him. So, again, that comes back to confidence. Do I really feel comfortable living top of the zone? He feels confident doing that, and that's what we're seeing.
Love that slider, top of the zone, strike one, and then down and away, and suddenly he's ahead of the count. Ben Joyce, back-to-back games. He's getting some opportunities late in games in some leverage situations.
Yeah, he's doing a great job as well since he's been back. And, you know, everybody knows he's got the great arm. And, you know, he had to work the other night. You know, he came in a clean inning and did a fantastic job showing off that fastball. But I thought last night was key for him, coming in a situation like that. I mean, that was an inning that maybe you might have seen get away from him last year or maybe earlier in the year. He was able to come in there, keep his poise, and get the ground ball in the double play. And that's the one thing these guys all got to realize is that you're only one pitch away from getting out of most trouble out there if you could just execute the pitch. And that double play was huge. I mean, you realize that was he came in with a runner on second, tried the pick, and threw it in center field. Yeah, that could have rattled him. But he's not getting rattled right now.
That's nice to see. Erica Weston is standing by. And Erica, we talked about Estes. Who knows what's going to happen at the trade deadline? We're seeing Joyce in these late game situations. Perhaps the Angels are trying to see what they have in him.
I wouldn't doubt that at all, Patrick. In fact, I'm sure that's what the Angels were thinking since they recalled him back earlier in the month. First outing at the big league level was on June 5th for Ben Joyce, and he's just gotten better and better each time out. And specifically, even more important since he has developed that splinker and really become effective utilizing that pitch. He said before the game today he actually learned that grip from Hunter Strickland. He liked the way he was gripping the baseball, so that's how he chooses to throw that pitch as well. We know Mason Miller was highly complimentary of him yesterday, talking about how that changed his game, but the hope was, yeah, Ben Joyce, we know he's got the velocity, but he can also pitch either 2 innings in a game or pitch on back-to-back days. Last night was the first time he's pitched on back-to-back days at the major league level. He's done so once in the minors earlier this season. So along with an effective outing in a high leverage situation, we caught up with him earlier today about last night's outing.
Yeah, I mean, it felt really good just to especially go in that kind of situation, like a big high leverage situation. It always feels good to go in there. I mean, every pitcher out here wants to go in those situations, so it was fun to go in there and get out of the situation. And I mean, overall it felt really good.
He's been putting you in more higher leverage situations, and you haven't even been up here for that long. What does it say for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, just want to help the team win any way that I can. So just whatever situation I go in, I try to make the most of it. And I mean, been lucky enough to be in some bigger situations, so it's been really fun. And I mean, just enjoying every time I get to go out there.
You had a great reaction after the double play to get out of the inning. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, didn't really feel like I had my best stuff yesterday. Like, it kind of felt a little off, but just really just tried to grind through it and was lucky enough to get a double play there right to Neto. So it was just a really good feeling to get out of that situation. And I mean, still up by 2 runs, so had a good shot to win the game. So it was just kind of the emotions of grinding through the inning and getting out of it with a good result.
And that's what you want to hear from the back end of the bullpen, particularly a young guy trying to figure out how to pitch in this ballgame. Didn't have his best stuff, trusted his defense to help get him out of that inning. Close game at that point, too. Only up by 2 runs at that point. So that's the note as far as the back end of the bullpen goes, Patio.
Yeah.
The rotation tomorrow, the Angels announced before the game. and it'll be Davis Daniel getting the call. He'll be starting tomorrow. Zach Plesac to follow on Friday.
Okay, looking forward to Davis' first career start in with the Angels in the bigs, period. Thank you, Erica. We appreciate it. And listen, Tim, no matter what the situation, you always have somebody primed and ready to take over that closer role.
Well, you're hoping to groom somebody. Organizations are always hoping to groom somebody, and they have one in the grooming here. And I go back to Troy Percival. He was being groomed when Lee Smith was our closer. And then when Troy was the closer, he had Frankie Rodriguez being groomed. And without a doubt, that's the situation here. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Let this guy get his feet under him. They had to work on the chaos drill early in spring training. And, all these things are part of his maturation, and we're watching it happen right in front of our eyes.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, continue to get you set for the Angels and the A's. Your Halos going for the sweep. Contreras is on the bump. First time starting as a Halo.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America. Thursday on MLB Network.
Let your voice be heard with the 2024 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by BuildSubmarines.com.
Boy, that was hit a ton.
That's right. You get to decide who represents your team at the MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard this summer in Arlington.
Oh, what a shot.
He has a feel for the moment, doesn't he? And he makes the play.
So make your picks today at MLB.com/vote.
Logan Webb, one of the best in the National League, one of the best in the game. He just dictates the tempo and the flow of the at-bat.
Logan Webb is the ace of that staff.
There's a moxie about him with the nasty sinker, change-up, slider combo.
Very tough combination.
Straight down swinging.
Gets you to go back to the dugout, shaking your head.
This guy is a complete pitcher. He threw 216 innings last year in this day and age, which is unheard of.
He's given them a chance to win every time he touches the ball.
Nissan, buckle up for an epic test drive at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event. Yeah, it's feeling like summer for sure. Little day game action, a warm one. Angels and the A's, Halos going for the sweep. Joey Estes is on the bump for the A's from Lancaster, California. First time these Halos going to be seeing them. What do you like?
Well, I tell you what, this guy's going to come right at you. He throws a fastball and a sweeper mainly, or slider, but 70% strike rate with #2 in Major League Baseball. I think that bodes well for our young hitters. They like to go up there and swing the bat early.
Now we're going to take a look at, well, first let's take a look at some of his arsenal going upstairs with the Chiefs.
Yeah, he likes to pitch up in the zone without a doubt. I mean, great command. He works ahead. If you look back, I mean, a lot of hitters attack him early in the zone just because of the fact that he does throw a lot of strikes, but he likes to throw that top part of the zone without a doubt. 61% of the time, it's up in the zone.
Here's who he is going to be facing. So you look, Miguel Sano hasn't played in a couple of months. He is in there. Pilar also, no Joe Adell, and Hoppy getting a day with Dice behind the dish.
Well, we talked about having that big hitter in the lineup, behind Taylor Ward. Sano, hey, he has a baseball card, so you got to respect that. That's a power hitting guy. Angels are hoping they can get a little bit of power out of him. He was down in AAA this year, in his rehab 9 games. He hit 270 with 2 homers and 12 RBIs. It looks like he started finding his groove down there. So that bodes well for the Angels lineup right now. If you can get his bat in there, whether it's DHing or playing third base with a little bit of pop, that's going to make other guys around him that much better, just because it's a focus that the pitcher has to, put a little bit more effort into. And you love to see a big guy like that back in the lineup.
Real quick, fans might think, how do you burn yourself with a heating pad? It's possible.
Very possible. It's not your plug-in heating pad.
Okay, appreciate it. When we come back, Contreras gets the start.
Let your voice be heard with the 2024 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by BuildSubmarines.com.
Boy, that was hit a ton.
That's right. You get to decide who represents your team at the MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard this summer in Arlington.
Oh, what a shot.
He has a feel for the moment, doesn't he? And he makes the play.
So make your picks today at MLB.com/vote.
Logan Webb, one of the best in the National League, one of the best in the game. He just dictates the tempo and the flow of the at-bat.
Logan Webb is the ace of that staff.
There's a moxie about him with the nasty sinker, changeup, slider combo.
Very tough combination.
Great job swinging.
Gets you to go back to the dugout, shaking your head.
This guy is a complete pitcher. He threw 216 innings last year in this day and age, which is unheard of.
He's given them a chance to win every time he touches the ball.
We're coming in hot.
Before getting on the field.
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy, stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Participating McDonald's. Welcome back. All super excited to see Roansy Contreras make his first start as an Angel. He had 30 starts with the Pirates. He's only 24. Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. We're fired up.
Yeah, I'm fired up to see this guy pitch. I think he really wants to do it. I mean, anytime you've been a starter and you've been groomed as a starter and then they move you to the bullpen, you're always maybe a little bit of disappointment with that. But this is a guy that's got 5 quality pitches. I'm looking forward to him using that. He's had a couple days to, sit on the sidelines and scout these guys. He knows what kind of swings they take. Again, to me, the more pitches you can throw at these guys, the more off-speed pitches, the better. And the fact that he can command them, I think that's huge going forward today.
At one point, the A's were 17-17. Since then, worst record in the bigs. Let's see Contreras go out there and spin something fantastic. For Tid Salmon, I'm Patrick O'Neill. When we come back, Wayne Randazzo, Mark Gubas, and Erica Weston. Enjoy this game. Go Halos. We'll see you afterwards.
T-Mobile savings, take one.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
Logan Webb, one of the best in the National League, one of the best in the game. He just dictates the tempo and the flow of the at-bat.
Logan Webb is the ace of that staff.
There's a moxie about him with the nasty sinker, changeup, slider combo.
Very tough combination.
Great job swinging.
Gets you to go back to the dugout, shaking your head.
This guy is a complete pitcher. He threw 216 innings last year in this day and age, which is unheard of.
He's given them a chance to win every time he touches the ball.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
There it goes! See ya!
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network. the home of the Angels, Clippers, Ducks, and Kings.
It is warm and beautiful at Angel Stadium today, and they're ready for Christmas in June. It's the finale of this three-game series between the Los Angeles Angels and the Oakland A's as the Angels look for a three-game sweep. Alongside Mark Gubas, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and Gubi, the Angels' offense has come to life over these last two games.
So far, the power's there. They've pitched well enough, made some good plays defensively, and it's always a tough battle against Oakland. They came back a little bit, but the offense alone was the big difference maker for the Angels versus the A's so far in the first two games.
And it's been coming from the outfielders. Mickey Moniak had a grand slam yesterday. Taylor Ward's hit a couple of home runs.
Yeah, you're showing some power, seeing the guys getting their timing together. Mickey Moniak, for one, he's getting his timing together. He has crushed the baseball consistently over his last 15 games, including his first career grand slam last night. Slugging percentage of .565, a couple home runs, 12 RBIs, and an OPS of .961. That's not just a couple games. You're talking about 15 games getting that timing together, and that felt good for him last night, getting that breaking ball in the outer half with that grand slam driving in forward. Taylor Ward has really been doing a good job. He's getting that foot down, the timing, the swing. When he went the other way, that home run to right center field, you knew he was getting locked in. Just under .390 batting average. His last 5 games, a couple home runs, a couple doubles, and an OPS of 1310. He's also playing some outstanding defense.
We'll see if the Angels keep that going here today against the A's. They'll have Roansy Contreras making his first start with the ball club today.
I love the fact he's got 4 pitches right now. He has over 20% whiff percentage. He's had 30 career starts in the big leagues, and he's got a better ERA as a starter than he does as a reliever, about half a run down. So I'm looking forward to him going out there and attacking the strike zone, especially with his four-seamer, but the slider is going to be a big pitch for him today.
We'll see how it goes here this afternoon as the Angels try to sweep away the A's. The first matchup between these two teams this year, and the Halos in position to take all three.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
Skubal has been brilliant. His stuff is absolutely nasty.
Got him swinging. My man Tarek Skubal is on another level.
Swing and miss. Turned him inside out with a slider.
He's able to control the zone with multiple pitches.
It is a changeup, and it is ridiculous.
I think Tarek's going to have a big year.
Skubal just having its way.
You have been off to some kind of start in 2024.
Confidence and aggressiveness in the zone and how I pitch, so it's been good so far.
You talk about getting tied up in knots. He's just carving one of the top young pitchers in the sport.
As we take you back through this series, Griffin Canning getting it started on Monday night. 7 innings while Taylor Ward hit a home run and the Angels cruised to a 5-1 win.
Yeah, Canning was under control. Ward hitting one and then taking one back. And then Mickey Moniak with a grand slam, and the bullpen shuts it down with Ben Joyce bringing the gas. And Estes picking up another save, and dominant performance out of the bullpen by those two firearms.
So the Angels have won the first 2 of this series, trying to sweep today. Zach Neto, as he has a few times throughout the season, playing catch with a fan before the game today.
That's so cool when he does that, making that smile and just making their day.
And it is a beautiful day here at Angel Stadium today, as the Halos have taken the field on this Wednesday afternoon. Always risky to say the actual day because I'm not really sure what day it is most of the time.
Yeah, it's a day of the week. that's always a plus.
And Zach Neto greeting the fans that have made their way to the Big A here this afternoon for the finale of this 3-game series against Oakland. And a 4-game set will start with the Detroit Tigers here tomorrow night. Zach shaking everyone's hand. Oh, he even has a handshake with Erica, a personal handshake. I didn't realize that.
Oh, those two together are pretty funny. It's an everyday occurrence with those two. It's hilarious.
So here is Roansy Contreras. He's made 30 career starts, all of them with the Pittsburgh Pirates. His first one as an Angel today.
Yeah, better numbers as a starter. 4.60 ERA as a starter, 5.05 as a reliever. He does have the pitches to be a consistent starter. Number of pitches with a high whiff percentage.
Here is Daz Cameron leading things off, and ball 1 from Contreras. Soderstrom and Duhar and Rooker 2, 3, and 4 in the A's lineup. We saw Armando Alvarez in his first major league start yesterday collect 3 hits. And strike from Contreras, 96. It's a firm fastball, and a guy who was just let go by the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was actually DFA'd by Pittsburgh when Paul Skeens was ready to make his major league debut. So worthy to get Skeens on the roster, but the Pirates let go of a pretty young pitcher that has a good arm.
Yeah, 96, 96, 95 so far. Now this is the time where you might see that nasty slider. If he stays within himself, doesn't overthrow, it should be effective.
And a breaking ball lands on the outside corner for strike 3.
But he got a break on that curveball. 12-6 on his curveball, going along with his slider. Always looked like a little bit off the plate. Nice job by Theis, gradually bringing that back in the strike zone to get that call. Spins that curveball in, punch out looking.
So 1 out here is Tyler Soderstrom as he looks at a curveball that just missed at the bottom of the zone.
Might have been better than the one that was called a strike.
Home plate umpire today, John Bacon.
Yeah, that's a perfect name for a hot afternoon.
Yes. There's a bouncing ball to Zach Neto. After shaking hands and taking pictures, he helps make the second out of the game.
And my go-tos for Contreras to have a solid game. This is his first start as a Halo. Is that consistent run on his 4-seam. We're seeing that already. And he's got to have a little better command with his slider. Batting average of 385 and a high slugging percentage versus slider. We see his curveball already, but his slider is going to be a big pitch against his slider for Oakland.
Miguel Andujar is the batter as he takes ball 1. Keep an eye on Contreras' pitch count today. The plan is for about 65 pitches, and we'll see how far that takes him. He's been in the bullpen throughout this season, even when he was with Pittsburgh. All of his appearances as a reliever.
And these are the times when you get those 2 quick outs like he did. You don't want to try to be so perfect. Now he's behind 2-0. For a guy that has swung the bat well for Oakland, it's a limited amount of at-bats, but he's hit the ball hard.
And Duhar, the former Rookie of the Year runner-up in the American League, and a good sweeper there. You know, Contreras' sweeper has been a really good pitch for him. While his slider has been hit hard, the sweeper really hasn't been.
And he's getting quite a few swing and misses. Again, a lot of whiff percentage high on all those pitches.
And Duhar had 27 homers, 47 doubles in his rookie year, but he finished second to Shohei Ohtani that year when Shohei won the AL Rookie of the Year. It was quite a season, and Duhar was on the radar of many. And injuries made him disappear. He really hasn't even played much since that 2018 season.
And take a look at our Easton and Easton defense. No Sano back. 2 defensive runs saved at third base. He's turned 1 double play. He's been really solid at third base out earlier today working on net over in Heath with Shonwell, Theis behind the plate, Ward, Moniak, and Pilar in the outfield.
That's a blooper down the left field side, a base hit, just a soft line drive that landed into the left field corner. So Andujar finds a good spot and has a 2-out double.
They had that magic going in the 8th inning, and they tried to come back in the game. Tried to work it towards the handle of the bat, but this is quick enough. He's seen enough pitches inside. This series, he's been pitched inside a ton, Andujar has. So that time he brought the bat inside, he got the hands through the baseball enough to make enough contact to get it down in the corner. It's the one guy you don't want up there in those RBI situations because he's been real good for Oakland.
Brent Rooker, the designated hitter, swings through that fastball, and it's 0-1.
See, that's a perfect spot with his fastball. He's looking to try to turn on the ball early in the count. He paints the outside corner at 95.
That one turned on and hit foul. So no balls, 2 strikes. Another 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Roansy Contreras. You can't blame Pirates fans or people around the Pirates for being anxious about letting a good young pitcher go, because they have developed a track record for pitchers leaving that organization and then turning in great years following.
A lot of really good ones. We saw one the other day at Dodger Stadium. We've seen one a bunch of times at Yankee Stadium now.
Tyler Glasnow, Garrett Cole, Charlie Morton, Jamison Tyone, all guys who have left the Pirates and have had greener pastures. Jose Soriano, you can maybe consider in that. He was a Rule 5 pickup, and the Pirates let him return to the Angels. 1-2. Rooker hits it hard on the ground. It is stopped by Miguel Sano. Back in the lineup, throws out Rooker.
You got a high-level defense. You got to get that final out of the inning. Nice play by Sano.
There's an easier way. From repairs and cleaning to remodeling and more, Thumbtack makes it easy to care for your home. Download the Thumbtack app and start caring for your home today.
This will be the last moment you ever think of soda as being a dirty word.
Soda!
Because this is Poppy, and Poppy is soda. It tastes like soda, even better than others. It looks like soda, smells like soda, and fizzes like soda. Because it is soda. It will be the soda your kids and grandkids think of when they think of soda. And that's because this soda has none of the bad stuff. Instead, it has all of the flavor. The future of soda is now, and it's called Poppy.
I was paying for my ex's wine club membership for months before I caught it. After we broke up, I forgot all about it, but my credit card did not. That's why I downloaded Rocket Money, an app that shows you all your subscriptions in one place, and any you don't want, you cancel right in the app. Raise a glass to smarter spending and download Rocket Money today.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too.
Oh, come on!
Download Game.
Chevy with Shonwell leading off. That OPS starting to climb a little bit for Shonwell. Renjifo and Ward. Miguel Sano is back in the lineup today, playing third base and batting cleanup. Mickey Moniak's been one of the Angels' hottest hitters, and Moniak with a grand slam yesterday to help the Angels win Game 2 of this series. Today they will face Lancaster, California native. It is Joey Estes.
Estes, will throw a fastball, throw a slider, changeup. My go-to to be successful against him this afternoon is power his changeup. The batting average well over OPS of over 1,000 against that, and also level swing versus his slider. 370 batting average, 667 slugging versus his slider.
His ERA on the road is 8 so far this year, and Shonwell had a big cut at that. Estes was drafted originally by the Atlanta Braves, and he was part of the deal when Atlanta got Matt Olson before the 2023 season, or before the 2022 season, I should say. And Shonwell dumps one to left field and has a leadoff single.
That's a perfect serve at the left field. And that's what you always see from Shonwell when he's behind the count. He had a good swing to first pitch and just served that baseball the other way for a base hit. Just making some contact, not that full swing, but Hit it in the left field, perfect spot. Hit it where they're not.
And it brings up Luis Rengifo with the leadoff man on for the Halos this afternoon. Nice warm day in Southern California. Rengifo hammers one down the right field side. That's a base hit rolling toward the wall. Shonowell's on his way to third, looking to pick up Eric Young Sr., who throws up the stop sign. As the A's get it in, Rengifo doubles, and the Angels threaten early.
Yeah, that's back-to-back games where Eric Young Sr. did a nice job of putting that hand up, getting down the line, and stopping a base runner at third, especially with no outs. Butler got to that baseball quickly. I thought it might get a chance to get to the wall. If it does, he's sending him. But he cut it off and got it in quickly. A nice swing, another extra base hit. 11th double for Luis Rengifo. When you have your best run producer coming to the plate, you don't want to take a chance to send him home.
That brings up Taylor Ward, who is the Angels' best run producer so far. 14 homers, 41 RBIs. He's homered twice already in this series. And a breaking ball lands for a strike on the first pitch from Estes.
Ooh, that's a pitch where you could definitely drive in the air on that one.
Little cue shot off the end of the bat, foul toward first, and it's quickly 0-2. Early RBI chance for Ward against Estes.
They're giving the run here now, so if you hit a ground ball even to middle infielders, you're going to get the run home.
A good day to hit.
Yeah, if you get that ball in the air, it's going to have some serious carry to it.
No balls and 2 strikes on Taylor Ward. You know, all the California ballparks sort of play the same in that manner, where the ball really carries during the day. You could say it at Dodger Stadium, at San Diego, and even the 2 Bay Area stadiums.
Yeah, definitely will fly at every one of the stadiums in the day.
1-2. Upstairs to Ward, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So nearly 50% of the time on a 2-2 count, he'll throw a slider. You wonder if he'll try that slider again against Ward here.
Seemed to have a great feel for it early on. It's been sort of flat or off the plate. Ball 3 to Taylor Ward.
It's been hit pretty hard so far this year.
Estes has made 10 starts. He's won 2 of them, both against the Seattle Mariners. Ward pops it up. Soderstrom and Alvarez are there. It's the second baseman Alvarez to make the catch. And a big first out for the starter Estes, 1 away.
Look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. When that wind is blowing out, you're seeing that wind speeds here today, especially when you look at maybe running and drifting out to right field. It's a little short to get it out to right center field, and that power, especially what Miguel Sano has, see some carry out that way today.
Here's a guy who has enormous power, Miguel Sano, who missed quite a bit of time with a knee injury. He's hit 1 home run since his return to the major leagues, as that cutter gets over for a strike from Estes. 2 months basically for Sano since he last played. April 26th. Came on as a pinch hitter yesterday. And another breaking ball that is bounced foul.
Again, they're giving you a run here up the middle. So if worst case scenario, you want that ground ball, get it by the pitcher, you're going to get a run in.
Well, it's self-defense to play the infield back when Sano is at the plate.
Yes, especially when you see that exit velocity. Again, this is more likely going to be a breaking ball again, so you got to be ready if you're Shonowell. That's just one of those pitches to show something different, eye level change. But now he's going his bread and butter.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Miguel Sano. Early opportunity for the Angels, a single and a double to start the inning. Second and third, now 1 out. And Sano chases a high breaking ball for strike 3.
That's a bad breaking ball that looks inviting as a hitter trying to hit the ball in the air. Again, you look for that situational hitting, and your 2 top guys there so far not going to do it. They're going to walk Calhoun to face Pilar.
Well, until last night, the Angels had only been issued 1 intentional walk all year. Mike Trout received an intentional walk in April. Since then, no Angel has been walked intentionally until Joe Adell got one yesterday, and now Willie Calhoun here today. So a bit unconventional managing from Mark Kotsay. Southern California native, leading the way for the Oakland A's. He'd rather see Pilar bat here with the bases loaded than Calhoun. And a big hanging breaking ball was, or at least a cutter over the plate, was hit foul. Second intentional walk for Calhoun in his career, and the second for the Angels in as many days after 2 months without one.
You'd love to be able to get some runs across here when you have second and third no outs in the first inning here.
Pilar jammed. It's a bouncer foul. And Estes trying to locate better after the first two. Angels hit the ball very nicely here to start the inning. Shotwell dumping one to left field, and Rengifo ripping one to the right field corner.
Well, it seems like he's trying to go upstairs with his fastball and trying to get chases with his breaking balls off the plate in the outside corner against the righties.
Well, it's 0-2 on Pilar. That breaking ball is topped foul near the Angel dugout. I mean, predictably for Pilar, he's cooled off a bit after just ripping through 6 weeks in an Angels uniform. The numbers have fallen back to earth some, but it was quite a heater that Pilar was on. Probably the best stretch of his career. 0-2. And that's ripped toward the left field corner, but hooking foul.
Now you throw enough breaking balls, especially upstairs, you're going to get guys out in front. Key always is to keep those hands back just a little bit longer.
Off the wire of the netting down the left field line. Ground ball softly hit. Schumann comes in. His play to first makes it to win the inning. Big scoring chance wasted by the Angels.
I chose Upstart because I was on financial aid for school. It did run out. Once I found Upstart, I was kind of relieved. They're interested in my background. They were looking at more than just my credit score. I was able to get my money fast. I was able to consolidate all of those credit cards into one payment and raise my credit score so that I was able to make that move right after college.
Your team's been working on this for so long.
It's all right here in the Black Ops driver.
It's beautiful.
It's explosive.
It definitely performs at a high level.
The most distance that you can get.
Without giving up the forgiveness. There is no trade-off. It's easy to hit. It's just fun.
Perfection.
Learn more and schedule a fitting at pxg.com.
How you get healthcare matters. That's why millions of guys trust Hims. For mental health, ED, and hair loss, Hims can help. Through a free online intake at hims.com, you can hear back from a licensed provider in hours instead of waiting weeks. Plus, through the app, you can control your shipping, access curated content, and message your care team at any time. Premium care, ultimate value. Find your doctor-trusted treatment 100% online. Get started today.
Carlos Estes closing the door on the A's. The Angels pick up the series win. He picks up another save on the year and history for Estes as well. But you see the reaction there after the base hit. That's because it was 26 consecutive batters retired for Carlos Estes. One more, he would have tied the record. 27 consecutive batters retired by an Angels reliever. You have to go back to May 21st. That was the last time he had allowed a runner to reach base. That was a walk-off base hit by Jeremy Pena and the Astros. He didn't pitch for a week, not until May 28th. That's when that streak started. So hadn't allowed a base runner the entire month of June. You saw the reaction. That's because somebody told him about the streak before the ball game. He wasn't thinking about it until that base hit in the 9th inning. And of course, then it was top of mind for him. But he doesn't remember who told him. We're trying to hunt them down.
Who would do such?
I know. We were trying to hunt him down. He can't remember who told him. But Ron Washington said that he just loves seeing the hitters in that stretch. They didn't see two pitches in the same place the whole time, changing speeds, changing eye levels. But he wished he would have gotten that out so he could go into the record books. But he's been wonderful.
Who can we blame for this?
Well,
Salmon?
Yeah. When all else fails.
I'm fine with that.
But, you know, the thing is interesting about that, too, he threw back-to-back changeups. The first one was a good one, but then you see the next one was there. And you can see his reaction. He's like, I think I should have tried that 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
All's well that ends well. Estes got the save, and ultimately that's the job, to close down the ends of games. And in the stretch of 9 games where Estes is now allowed just the 1 base runner, he only has 8 saves and 1 win.
I mean, it's been incredibly impressive, his attacking of the strike zone.
3-2 on Tyler Nevin as he lifts one foul and out of play. Son of Phil Nevin, the former Angels manager, although every time the words father and Phil come up, I think of The Sopranos.
Of course you do.
3-2 on Tyler Nevin. And a chopper foul. And Tyler hit a home run earlier in this series. See right there on the bottom of the screen, his father Phil, not the Sopranos character, his actual dad.
Yes,
Phil Nevin. Number 1 overall draft pick in 1992 by the Houston Astros. It's a line foul. Not only did Phil have a good playing career, he's had just a great career in baseball. We hope to see Phil back in a major league uniform again at some point.
Just talking to him enough, it felt so odd for him not putting a baseball uniform on. It's been so long where he hasn't.
3-2. And a soft bouncer to third as Sano charges in and has a very strong arm to retire Nevin. 1 away in the second. That's a good point, though. Phil Nevin was drafted in 1992. He's pretty much been in a uniform every year since then, and all the years before it, playing in Little League and high school and college and so on. So what is that like, the first year when you don't have to put a uniform on and go on the field?
I did that one time. It's the weirdest feeling in the world. You're so used to, first of all, an itinerary telling you what time to be everywhere forever, and then all of a sudden you're not putting on a baseball uniform, being around your teammates and your friends. It is difficult. It really is. It's a difficult adjustment.
1-0 strikes on Lawrence Butler. Now 2-0 as Butler gets to start in right field today. Just think about that for guys who are newly retired, who are still young. I mean, you're 37, 38, whatever, and you have a lot of life left, but the career that you're known for is over.
Yeah, a lot of people think, okay, you made a lot of money, you could do that, but you're used to being around the guys all day long. It keeps you going, keeps your brain going, keeps you physically going.
2 balls, 2 strikes now on Butler with that backdoor slider connecting on the outside corner.
Going for Contreras, has got a good feel for his slider so far.
Hope I can keep your brain going for a little longer.
that will be a difficult task.
Fly ball to left center field as Taylor Ward sizes it up. 2 outs.
Take a look at the pitch arsenal for Contreras. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Glass. 4-seamer 48%, slider at 17, sweeper also at 70, curveball 9, changeup at about 9%. You see good numbers versus all the pitches except so far this season his slider. But I still think that's one of those pitches. It's a real good pitch. We'll get a better feel, especially in the starting role.
Here's Armando Alvarez, who said he was floating on a cloud after yesterday's game. He had 3 hits in his first major league start after 700 minor league games. Finally getting the opportunity, and he doubled against Tyler Anderson, but also had a couple of other hits after that, and he had a great day for his first big league start. It's this one hard off the glove of Sano. Alvarez keeps it going. He's now 4 for 5 so far the last 2 days.
Oh, he's going to be saying he's walking on sunshine now, the way he's swinging the bat. Went from flying in the clouds and walking on sunshine. A rocket down the line. Snow almost made the play. Prevents a potential double down the line, though.
Well, you'll get a kick out of this. Yesterday, Alvarez became the 9th oldest A's player to record his first major league hit. The oldest is a former teammate of yours, Kevin Appier.
He got a hit?
In June of 2000.
Again, I'm going to say he got a hit.
He was 32 years old and 188 days when he got his first major league hit. Of course, he had been in the American League for a lot of his career without having to hit, or without being able to hit even. And finally in 2000 he had a hit. Now with the Mets, when he was in the National League in 2001, he had 7 hits that year.
Again, he had a hit.
And he finished with an average of 0.96. Kevin Appier.
I used to mess with him all the time when we were teammates in Kansas City. I said, you're an unbelievable pitcher. He was a great pitcher, but you don't want any ground ball hit back at you. You don't want anything to do with that. So he was a thrower and a pitcher. Anything else, he wasn't that 5th infielder when the ball was out of his hand.
And a 2002 world champion for the Angels as well that year, Kevin Appier.
But I'll tell you what, he could pitch. He was nasty.
And 14 wins for the 02 team. Not a guy whose name jumps to mind when you think about the 2002 Angels.
No.
But he made 32 starts that year, and he started 5 games in the playoffs with a couple in the World Series. He had a tough time in the World Series, though. And Barry got him. Kyle McCann at the plate here as he whiffs on a breaking ball.
Number of pitches with high whiff percentages. Another swing and miss on a curveball. Contreras.
We'll talk a lot about that legendary Game 6 comeback as Kevin Appier started that game for the Angels.
I remember him wasn't real happy getting out of that game, but I said, hey, I don't think things were going that great. And the bullpen for the Angels that year was outstanding. They were unreal. And that offense, too, was magical. That fastball there, you wonder if he'll drop that curveball now, especially that plane of the high fastball.
Alvarez is running. McCann takes ball 3, and Alvarez steals second base on the appeal. Big slow breaking ball would have been tough for Theis anyway.
He was hoping to see if he get a check swing call, but I don't think he went on that one. There's the buddies from Miami.
3 balls, 2 strikes now on McCann, the backup catcher for the A's. And there's ball 4. So Contreras walks the number 8 hitter. And now the number 9 man, Schumann, will hit with 2 on and 2 out.
Let's try to get through this inning. You know, it was going to be a tough one, especially after you miss an opportunity to score some runs in the first inning, and then momentum goes to the Oakland side, and now they got a chance with 2 outs with a couple runners on. Good decision by Barry Enright to work his way out.
Barry Enright, Manny Del Campo out to the mound to have a conversation with Contreras, who has been able to record a lot of strikeouts with men in scoring position. That's a good mark for a relief pitcher, as Contreras has been so far this year. Getting an opportunity to start with the Angels starting rotation. Just in flux right now. Sandoval gone for the rest of the year and a lot of next year, you'd figure. On top of that, Soriano's had this virus come up that has knocked him out of the rotation. Detmer's sent to AAA.
Had a tough first inning, but after that went 5 really good innings. I think he had 10 punch outs in the game yesterday. Caden Dana threw the ball well again for AA. He's in the top 100 prospect list now.
He graduated. Max Schumann at the plate here with 2 on and 2 out. Breaking ball lands for a strike. Ron Washington's been drenched in sweat since about 8 o'clock this morning.
Yes, he has.
Coming here early and working hard with this team. It never stops for Wash. This is game number 79 for the Angels. And
yeah, Ryan Goins out there doing a lot of work, but Ron Washington's out there too. And I was looking at him, I'm like, Wash, it's pretty early in the morning. The game was just over a few minutes ago last night.
I mean, he's got the same thirst for work on June 26th as he did on February 26th. A balls and 2 strikes on Schumann. That's a rocket out toward left center field. Taylor Ward back for it, moving toward the gap. He can't get there. It one hops the wall. Will score at least 1. McCann's being waved home. Relay throw won't be made. 2 out, 2 strike, 2-run double from Max Schumann has given the A's the lead.
Missed an opportunity to score, and right away Oakland scores themselves.
I think somebody is out here. I think the man in the on-deck circle, Daz Cameron, touched the runner McCann, so only 1 run will score here. So what I believe happened is McCann missed home plate, and Daz Cameron, the on-deck hitter, grabbed McCann and pushed him back toward home plate.
Well, you go to a baseball game, you find something and see something new every day.
Oh, it was actually Alvarez, the other base runner, that pushed McCann back toward home plate. And they're calling McCann out because Alvarez touched him. Question is, did he touch home plate before that?
Yeah, that's a tough one to be able to see. You have to have a better angle looking down.
So if he touched home plate initially, then this won't matter.
You see him stumbling. Well, he definitely didn't get the plate there.
Yeah, he seemed to skip right over it, and that's why Alvarez grabbed him and pushed him back. But he can't do that, and because Alvarez touched him, a good job there by the home plate umpire, John Bacon, to recognize it. He sees the contact there, and he calls the runner out. So this will be 1 run instead of 2, and it will end the inning.
Well, even going back to that 0-2 pitch, you had a guy chasing breaking balls in the dirt. You went with a fastball. They're going to review it, I'm guessing. Or they're going to say no, touch the plate. This could get.
Well, the A's will ask for a review to see if McCann touched home plate. Now, from what we saw, he didn't. And the call on the field is that he didn't, because the umpire did not rule him safe at home plate until he went back and touched him. And that's important here, too. The call on the field is that he did not touch home plate.
The call on the field is that the runner initially missed home plate. Oakland is challenging that call.
Yes. That's what I just said.
Well, you might as well try that, but it looked like from our angle he didn't touch home plate.
It certainly did.
He definitely stumbles. He's not on the plate there. He's not on the plate there. Unless he drags his toe, we didn't see. There's no way he touched the plate. You know what? If this stands here, this will be the first time I've ever seen this. Ever.
We almost saw something similar on Ohapi's walk-off home run.
Yes.
A few weeks ago here when he and Pilar nearly passed each other on the bases, and Bo Porter nearly made contact with them at first base. But everything ended up being fine on that play. On this one, it's hard to believe that this will get overturned in Oakland's favor. This will end up being an RBI double for Schumann, likely, with McCann out at home.
It feels like they're working their way back in there, grabbing their gloves in there. I don't think they're feeling the same way we are. There's no way in any angle that we see.
Yeah, McCann's got the catcher's gear on. That's.
Well, it wouldn't matter anyhow with him because he's the one that missed, but still, it's. Then again.
Here's Alan Porter.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner missed home plate. He is out. Oakland loses their challenge.
Now that was a wild ending to the top of the second.
Does anyone realize the monster that's lurking in Minnesota's pen? Mr. Duran.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. Duran, a dominant ninth.
This is unhittable stuff.
What's the movement? I mean, that's incredible.
One on a missed. He threw him something nasty and breaking.
Ball comes out with flames behind it.
He struck him out swinging. Gas at 103.
He is the best closer in baseball.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
Start my heart. Mickey Moniak, his first career grand slam. An odd play. Set that one up. Maybe not play like this one happened. This half inning will set it up also. So Hyundai key for the game. Kickstart my heart by Motley Crue.
Perhaps a kickstart for the Angels with a run coming off the board for Oakland. in the top of the inning. Looked like they were going to have 2 runs on a double by Max Schumann, plus a man in scoring position. Instead, it becomes 1 run in the end of the inning.
I've never seen that before, ever, at any level.
Kyle McCann missing home plate, shoved back toward it by Armando Alvarez, and that's why McCann was called out, because of essentially the interference of Alvarez at the end of the play.
He was caught in between standing up or sliding and stumbled towards home.
Moniak pops it up to the left side. This should be easy for Schumann, the shortstop. And there's 1 out. Now, had Alvarez just said, hey, you didn't touch home plate, go back and touch it, then the run would have counted. Because he touched him, there was contact between the two. That's not allowed.
Yeah, I mean, he had plenty of time because there's going to be no play at all towards home plate. He could have went back there easily and touched home plate if he hadn't been touched by Alvarez.
Well, Ron Washington talks a lot about baseball 101 and educating the young players. Well, there's been plenty of that for Mark Kotze over the last few years.
Yeah.
Zach Neto bats with 1 out here in the 2nd inning.
This fastball can be kind of sneaky because he throws a lot of off-speed pitches. You got to make sure you bring that in the zone. He's trying to elevate that.
Wave and a miss by Neto. Breaking ball hung and hooked on the upper deck here at Angel Stadium. A lot of kids, a lot of summer camps are here today.
Yeah, saw a bunch of them coming in today. They were so excited.
Neto whiffs on a fastball away, so Estes hitting his spots here. And there's 2 outs. This is the 2nd strikeout for Estes. We talked about how interference almost came up here on a wild walk-off homer from Logan O'Hoppe. Look how close O'Hoppe, Pilar, and Bo Porter all were to disaster.
Yeah.
That would have negated the walk-off home run. It would have been the final out of the bottom of the 9th inning.
There's a lot of matrix going on in there. Everyone get this guy out of the way, no contact made.
O'Hoppe nearly passed Pilar on the bases, which would have been an out. Bo Porter nearly touched one of them or both of them, which would have been an out. So crisis was averted there, and the Angels walk-off homer stood against the Astros on that day here at Angel Stadium. Matt Thaiss getting the start behind the plate today. 1 ball, 1 strike as Estes delivers. And Thaiss whiffs on the changeup. It's 1-2. Joey Estes is still a young pitcher, 22 years old. He was drafted out of high school by Atlanta. He would have gone to Long Beach State had he stayed on through to college. And Matt Olson deal helping the A's get Estes and Shea Langoliers along with a couple of others. There's strike 3 to Thaiss and a quick hitting for Estes.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
Bringing you breakdowns.
If we can put him on the mound, this is what it looks like. This is what it feels like.
And live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
There it goes! See ya!
11 strikeouts for Figgins.
This is going to be so much fun to watch.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
We're coming in hot.
Before getting on the field.
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy, stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off base, only on MLB Network.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
Finally, Christmas in June. We'll be back at the Big A. The tree is already out front. Isn't that exciting? The Angels will face the Tigers on Friday night. And the first 25,000 fans in attendance will receive a pair of Christmas slippers courtesy of Bally Sports. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info on Christmas in June.
It's starting to look a lot like Christmas right now here at the Big A.
Yes, I would say that's true. Daz Cameron takes ball one. It'll be a Christmas Eve for Davis Daniel tonight because he's getting a chance to make a big league start here tomorrow. He'll face Jack Flaherty, who's gotten off to a great start for the Tigers this year.
Yeah, a lot of strikeouts for Flaherty so far this season.
Tigers kind of pushed everyone back in their rotation, so we won't see Tarek Skubal, even though he pitched yesterday.
He's thrown the ball well against the Angels in his career. And against everybody.
Just about everybody at this point. We will see Flaherty tomorrow, but then Friday will be Kenta Maeda, Saturday Reese Olson, and Sunday Casey Mize. So we'll miss Skubal in that series. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Good slider.
So we got him out looking on a curveball first at bat. Gets him a chase on a slider to second at bat. Tigers lost today to the Phillies.
There's Tyler Soderstrom grounding to short his first time. It's this one in the air to left field. Ward got a good jump moving back, and he makes the lunging catch.
Well, we mentioned it had some carry to it in the afternoon. It's kept going. Ball just kept drifting away from Taylor Ward. Because you know what? I've had to go over the wall a couple times. I'll catch one in front of the wall here.
So 2 up, 2 down, and now Miguel Andujar is the batter.
Well, that's right over the middle of the plate.
Everyone looking stunned around the pitching area. Contreras couldn't believe it. Theis couldn't believe it. Even Andujar looks surprised. 1 ball and no strikes on the A's left fielder, as that one is also called a ball. A little bit further down that time.
Yeah, there's a couple times he's got 2 quick outs and then a 2-0 count right after that. You want to be efficient. You want to go deeper in the game.
That's in there, and it's 2-1.
Contreras has been able to get back in the counts with his slider. Whoa.
That almost knocked your block off.
Yes.
I don't know how it
did. Yeah, well, it is Christmas in June.
I mean, that was.
I was thinking I was going to deflect it, didn't happen yet.
No, it didn't deflect. It went just about 2 inches over your head. It hit the Big A on our backdrop here in the booth.
What'd you say about my brain earlier? Just avoid it.
Well, Bacon's the home plate umpire, but you were almost scrambled eggs right there.
Right there. Bam. Yeah. Good feeling.
Very nice. This one should stay in play. Theis over at the on-deck circle. Makes the basket catch. Nice play by Matt Theis to end a 1-2-3 third.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez, look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez.
Wow!
When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding.
What better for the game of baseball?
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
With a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. And by California Community Colleges. Enroll today at iCanGoToCollege.com.
Time to get the offense going here now.
Taylor Ward's homered twice in this series. Mickey Moniak a grand slam last night. Angels have had plenty of offense so far in the first two games. Had a big scoring chance in the first inning today, but couldn't convert. And that's the top of the order again here in the third inning against Joey Estes, pitching against the Angels for the first time in his career. Made 2 starts at the end of last season and 8 so far at the major league level this year. People are always quick to trade or want to trade a good player on a team that's struggling for prospects. These trades sometimes, I don't know, they don't ever really seem to work that often the other way. You know, the Washington Nationals got an absolute boatload from the Padres for Juan Soto. And that's the kind of trade you dream of when you're letting go of a franchise type player. You want to get a lot of good pieces back, and it seems like the Nationals have done that in the Soto trade, but more often than not, it doesn't seem to work that way.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Just look at St. Louis with Colorado and a number of other trades over the years.
There's so many trades where teams are
Arizona and the Cardinals too with Goldschmidt.
Teams are trying to trade a piece. They don't want to sign a guy or whatever. They don't want to pay somebody. 0-2. There's strike 3 called to Shonowell. 1 out, and here is Luis Rengifo with our Kia player profile.
Pretty impressive company too. One of 2 players with at least a 300 batting average and 20 or more steals. Bobby Witt Jr. the other outstanding player. Bobby Witt Jr. Rengifo has been really good himself, including a double in his first at bat.
Kansas City won today. They scored 5 runs in the 8th inning to come back and beat Miami.
Miami's been playing a little bit better. They've been winning a lot of games late.
Marlins had a good major league debut from Valente Beozo today. He worked 5 scoreless innings. The Marlins have the most walk-off wins in the majors. Problem is they have not won very many games without walk-offs. They were 28-52, the Marlins. Mentioned the Padres and Nationals, the trade that they're linked together with. Well, they've had a spirited series in San Diego this week. So Rengifo lifts a fly ball to right center. You can see the ball carrying just on that fly ball as Cameron had to back up near the warning track to make the catch.
Well, off the bat, you look like that would be a routine fly ball, but anything hit in the air has got a good chance of carrying a lot further than normal at nighttime.
Dylan Cease pitching for the Padres today. They lead 2-0 on Washington.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of friendly highs and handshakes in that series so far, especially after Profar had that game-winning hit 2 nights ago and then got drilled and then hit a grand slam.
Taylor Ward looks at a strike. It's worth looking at if you're unfamiliar with it. There was a time in the 1970s when the Padres were going to possibly move to Washington, D.C. And the uniforms they were going to wear looked a lot like the Nationals' current uniforms. Ward pops out, and that ends the inning.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out, a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together. Together.
Together.
You know who's hot right now? Your guy C.J. Abrams.
The Nationals all-star candidate at shortstop.
C.J. Later.
I love watching the guys that are just continue to get better and better. He's getting it going.
I've always loved C.J. Abrams. He is a complete hitter.
Just getting better any way I can.
As soon as he went to the leadoff spot, that's when the national season changed.
Welcome to the C.J. Show.
I want to get to the next base. Every time. Every time.
Gone, goodbye.
This guy is just starting to scratch the surface of what he can be.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
The coast in Southern California, the A's and Angels finishing up this three-game series today. Angels can sweep it with a win. It's a nice day to be at the ballpark as Brent Rooker takes ball one against Roansy Contreras, who's made it into the fourth inning, which will probably be his last inning.
Yeah, especially with his pitch count now at 53. Trying to settle in around 65. It's our first time out.
This is a season high in pitches thrown for Contreras, and it's certainly possible that he makes a couple turns in the rotation with the Angels starters having some issues right now. Mentioned we'll see Davis Daniel make his season debut tomorrow. Rooker had a tremendous season last year for the A's. He's got a lot of power, and he lines this one fair down the left field line. So that's another extra base hit for Brent Rooker.
Twice now they tried some fastballs on the inner. Remember that first bat on a fastball away, he missed it by a lot, but two fastballs in, he is quick inside. Brings the hands through. That's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, but he lines that for a double. His 15th double, going with 14 home runs and 2 triples.
Well, the A's are Rooker's fourth organization. He was a first-round pick out of Mississippi State many years ago, drafted by Minnesota. Ended up with the Padres and the Royals as well, and it wasn't until last year with Oakland that he really got a chance to play every day and made the most of it.
You would think there'd be some clubs calling Oakland about him during the trade deadline because he's got a lot of power.
Hans Kraus is warming up in the Angels bullpen, so we'll see how much longer Contreras gets to go here. One run so far, a leadoff double here in the fourth. 2 balls, no strikes on Tyler Nevin.
Overall, pretty solid effort here by Contreras today. A couple longer at bats with some foul balls. Push that pitch count up.
It's off the plate. So 3 balls, no strikes on Nevin. Lawrence Butler is on deck. I imagine that if there's some traffic here in the inning, and already there is, we will see Ron Washington get to Kraus as soon as possible. ball 4, so a double and a walk to start the inning.
Yeah, Washington's going to go out and make the move now.
We've seen a couple of appearances so far from Hans Kraus. He's done a nice job in his first 2 relief outings for the Angels, and looks like he will enter the game here in the 4th. Roansy Contreras has thrown 61 pitches. Plan was for around 65, so he's right there. And now that will be the end of his day.
Let your voice be heard with the 2024 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by BuildSubmarines.com.
Boy, that was hit a ton.
That's right. You get to decide who represents your team at the MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard this summer in Arlington.
Oh, what a shot.
He has a feel for the moment, doesn't he? And he makes the play.
So make your picks today at MLB.com/vote.
You know who's hot right now? Your guy C.J. Abrams.
The Nationals All-Star candidate at shortstop.
C.J. later. I love watching the guys that are just continue to get better and better. He's getting it going.
I've always loved C.J. Abrams. He is a complete hitter.
Just getting better any way I can.
As soon as he went to the leadoff spot, that's when the national season changed.
Welcome to the C.J. Show.
I want to get to the next base. Every time. Every time.
Gone, goodbye.
This guy is just starting to scratch the surface of what he can be.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
Last week in our roll age relief stats for today's game, showing Angels bullpen that's been very good lately.
And they've been used quite a bit of late too with the injuries to the starters, so they've been very, very effective. An ERA 1.65, opponent's batting average under 150. Very good at nearly 3-to-1 ratio as strikeouts to walks. Very solid in those save situations.
Kraus worked a 1-2-3 inning against the Dodgers in his Angels debut. We saw him get a couple of strikeouts in a scoreless 9th inning on Monday against Oakland. Now inherits a couple of base runners for the first time. With Lawrence Butler at the plate, and the infield corners are in. As Butler shows bunt, lays it down foul. Well, seems like it's a miracle when the bunt is laid down perfectly on the first pitch of an at bat.
And you just go, you got to play catch with the baseball with the bat. That's the best way to be able to get that ball dead down the line. As a batter here, especially a left-handed batter, your goal is to make the third baseman field it. Shonewell's playing in, so he'd love to see him try to pull that down, bunt that down the first base line, because he could have a play at third.
Ball 1 to Butler, who shows bunt and pulls it back. Butler, a New Jersey native, but ended up going to high school in Atlanta. So the A's found him, drafting him in 2018. Has to move his feet there as Kraus misses for ball 2.
With 12 sacrifice bunts this year. Seems to be a pretty high total for Oakland.
They've hit some home runs this year. There's not a lot of offense 1 through 9 in their lineup. They've got some guys in the middle of the order who can swing the bat. 2 balls and a strike. Butler swinging here. Cues 1 foul. Runners on the bases, the responsibility of the starter, Roansy Contreras. Butler Butler fouls that one away to keep it 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Krause hides the baseball really well, and that arm angle is difficult to track the baseball out of the hand as a hitter.
That's a line foul, and it's still 2-2.
See, he jumps at you as a hitter. You see, it just gets there, and you don't see the baseball at all, and then boom, it's on you. That arm angle he throws at, he pronates the wrist when he delivers the baseball. He turns the wrist quite a bit, so you don't really see the baseball out of his hand to read what pitch potentially could be coming, thrown at you.
2 balls, 2 strikes. One off the plate with the changeup missing, 3-2. Full count on Butler. A bouncing ball to short. Neto has it. He'll take it to the bag at second. He'll throw to first. In time, a double play.
Love that. He's under control. He knows he's got the arm strength. Even though Butler runs well, he knew he had a little bit of time to be able to gather himself in a strong throw. Played another 6-3 double play. A couple already in this series, including a big one last night with Ben Joyce on the mound. See, he hit down on that baseball. They complete a 6-3 double play.
2 outs, and for Mark Kotze, the complete opposite of what he was looking for from Butler. Wanted that bunt, wanted runners on second and third, 1 out. Instead, Butler unable to get that down and ends up swinging away for a double play ball, making 2 outs and advancing only 1 base runner. Armando Alvarez has 4 hits and 5 at bats over the last 2 games. Swings through that high fastball, and it's 0-2.
That's a run on it, 94. In case there was a break ball thrown here now for Matt Thaiss, you got to keep this one in front of you.
No balls, 2 strikes. Krause trying to help Contreras get through the 4th inning. Alvarez, it's a liner to right field. It's back, and it's caught by Pilar. A job by Hans Krause to put up a 0.
How you get healthcare matters. That's why millions of guys trust Hims. For mental health, ED, and hair loss, Hims can help. Through a free online intake at hims.com, you can hear back from a licensed provider in hours instead of waiting weeks. Plus, through the app, you can control your shipping, access curated content, and message your care team at any time. Premium care, ultimate value. Find your doctor-trusted treatment 100% online. Get started today at hims.com.
How many pairs of Tecovas boots is too many pairs? Not sure. How much fun is too much fun? Find your next pair or 2 at Tecovas.
Ooh, that's a lovely view.
What are you 2 looking at?
Tip pick.
What did you say?
Tip pick. Tickets to the show with no hidden fees.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
The salty air, the golden light, reflections of who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Luxury meets performance. Peter Malone.
Saturday night home game, and stay to enjoy a post-game Saturday night fireworks show driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers. Visit angels.com/promotions for more details. Allow a good fireworks show after the game on Saturday against the Tigers. That'll be the last Saturday night home game before the 4th of July.
It'll be a Christmas-themed fireworks show, I'm understanding.
Well, why wouldn't it?
Yes.
4th of July right around the corner.
Yes.
Make it a Christmas theme one.
Yes.
That's really.
It is Christmas in June.
That'll be wonderful.
Yes.
Can't wait. Miguel Sano leads off here in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, a big, powerful swing. If he makes contact, he's going to hit it hard. But he has not made any today.
Yeah, remember last time he got him a swing and miss at a pitch above the zone on a slider upstairs.
Struck out his first time. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another swing and a miss. Ball 92 miles an hour, pretty much right down the middle.
He's pulling that front shoulder a little bit and is dropping the swing path for Sano.
Pops that one straight up out of play.
Right above us. A little awning above us.
We had one in the booth today.
Yes.
Thanks to your comment last night about how we haven't had any in the booth this year.
That's just the, just the way I roll.
The ball finds you.
Yes.
That's what they say. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one fouled off McCann. No word on if he had said prior to that pitch, hey, no foul balls off me yet today.
I think he did. I kind of read his lips.
One ball, 2 strikes. Sano is able to make some contact there and foul it off.
Estes has allowed 7 home runs coming in this game and a little over 40 innings pitched.
11 homers in his first 50 big league innings, including his 2 starts last year. A little dribbler up the first base side, handled by Soderstrom, who flips to the pitcher for the out. So 1 away as we'll hop in the car with Hyundai.
With features you won't find on CR-V, RAV4, or Forester, only a Tucson compares to a Tucson.
Nice day. It's a day where the ball is carrying. Good breeze out toward straightaway center field today, but nobody's really tested it much. It's just a 1-0 game so far as Willie Calhoun bats with 1 out.
If you get something up the right center field here, I think there's a good chance that baseball's going to fly. That ball was hit pretty hard to Pilar to finish off the last half inning with some pretty good carry to it.
Well, we've seen the pitchers for Oakland, starters at least in this series, throwing a lot of strikes outside of Luis Medina, who had some command issues. Then Aaron Brooks threw strikes out of the bullpen. Mitch Spence yesterday was around the plate, so has Estes been today. And Calhoun strikes out, so that is 5 strikeouts for Estes.
He's elevating a lot of pitches and looks inviting. They can get to it. He's been very, very effective upstairs.
His season high in strikeouts is 6. That came against Colorado on May 23rd. He pitched 7 innings in that game. He's at 5 already today in 3 2/3 innings. Here is Pilar, grounded out with the bases loaded in the first. That was a huge chance for the Angels. The first 2 batters of the game had base hits. There was 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Well, since then, Estes has not allowed a base runner, really. He intentionally walked Calhoun, and that's been it.
That got right on the wrist.
So Pilar will take his base.
And then making sure they were looking down to see if he had swung the bat.
Hit him right on the knuckles there, it looked like. So Pilar is on base with 2 outs, and that's the first Angel to really reach base safely since Renifo, who doubled the 2nd batter of the game.
Moniak has the power to give the Halos the lead here with 1 swing to bat, but it's going to be really important to bring that pitch in the zone, not above the zone.
Been a good roll for Moniak of late. 15-game stretch where he's hit about 300. But it's been the line drives that have been the game changer for Moniak. He had a line drive percentage of 13.6 through May, the first 2 months of the year. In June, his line drive percentage is 32.6. Been able to hit line drives really at a 2.5 times pace than where he was the first 2 months of the year. And this selectivity at the plate has been better. The swings inside the zone.
And that chase percentage is going down too, to bringing it in the zone, better chance to make a contact.
Ball unable to be connected with on a changeup at the top of the zone. Even yesterday it was a line drive grand slam. He wasn't up there really trying to do too much. He was looking to do his hit the ball somewhere hard, and that one just elevated enough and went long enough to get out. Two balls, 2 strikes on Moniak here.
See, by design, Estes is everything upstairs. He's not afraid to throw his changeup upstairs, his fastball for sure, even his breaking ball.
That's how he's
got that
up.
Sean Doolittle look right there.
That's how he's given up some homers over the course of his major league career so far, as Moniak fouls one off. Angels have just not been able to elevate and celebrate just yet today.
So threw him a fastball that was down. That's in his zone. He just missed that. So expect something secondary right here, whether it's a changeup or breaking ball.
Hung on to by McCann, and that's strike 3. Another strikeout for Joey Estes.
America. We are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. To serve others in ways that promote human flourishing and create a ripple effect of transformation for generations to come. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
If we weren't proud of the craftsmanship and level of detail that go into every pair of Warby Parker glasses, well, we probably wouldn't show you how they're made, including this part, which is our favorite. Wow. And this is also great. Each pair comes standard with lenses that are scratch resistant, anti-reflective, and UV protective. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
You want to take a shot at the next level? Well, this is it. What you've been waiting for. All that work, the sweat, the sacrifice. It's not a question of can you do it, but can you do it when all eyes are on you? The greats know when it's time to shine. And your time is now.
National Showcase, baby, let's go!
It's the Perfect Game Showcase, where legends rise.
All right, men, I'm about to put you onto something incredible.
It's Blue Chew. Blue Chew.
Blue Chew?
Blue Chew. Blue Chew. Blue Chew. Blue Chew.
And it helps men achieve stronger and longer lasting erections.
As the Angels are looking for winning month of June. They're having a tough time to start the year. Played a lot of good teams in the early part of the season. The Angels lost a lot of close games. A lot of that has turned around here this month, including their record at home, as Kyle McCann leads off the 5th inning. And the Angels won just 7 of their first 28 games here at Angel Stadium, but of late they've won 7 of their last 11.
Yeah, they're starting to, get those big hits when they need it, the pitch when they've needed, whether it's from a starter or out of the bullpen.
Kyle McCann helped the Angels' cause earlier today when he missed home plate on what was not a bang play at the plate, but he was going to score easily standing up without a throw, and he tripped, missed the plate, and there was Armando Alvarez, who had already scored, grabbing McCann and telling him to go touch home plate, but he couldn't grab him. It was too late by then. McCann was out to end the 2nd. It's a high fly to right center with the ball carrying. This could be trouble. Pilar back and makes the catch on the warning track. And here's the play. It was a weird one.
Yeah, you come to the ballpark, expect something unique to happen. Well, this is definitely one of those times. Credit John Bacon behind the plate for noticing that too. Because if he doesn't say that and signal that, there's no way you can review that. So he made the great call on that one to see that. Just kept his eye all the way through. Notice he didn't touch home plate, and then Alvarez grabbed him and pushed him back towards the plate. So all the credit goes to Bacon on that one.
Max Schumann at the plate here. He's the one who hit that ball driving in Alvarez, and he thought McCann, but as it turned out, not. No balls and 2 strikes on Schumann. He was driven in, the only run of the game on that play. Where McCann got messed up was that initially it looked like Alvarez was telling him to slide. And then when there was no play at the plate, he threw his hands up to say, forget about it. So as he went down into a slide, he realized he didn't have to, and he popped back up, and he kind of stumbled. And that caused him to miss home plate. One ball, 2 strikes on Schumann.
Time on a 2-strike count went to a slider. I was still surprised. It went fastball to him. Last at bat, and he crushed it. 0-2 fastball left center for a double. He was going to turn into that pitch there, get on base.
Krause in his 2nd inning of work. He has done a nice job in his first 3 innings as an Angels. He can keep it going in his first multiple inning effort here today. Full count on Schumann. Krause was ahead of him, and now it's 3-2.
Pretty good hack at that fastball inside. It's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball also.
Three and 2. There's ball 4. So Krause loses Schumann. And a 1-out walk puts Schumann on base for the 2nd time today. Well, the Oakland A's certainly know a thing or two about wild plays at the plate. We've seen it before. 2001, the division series. Jeremy Giambi trying to score. Derek Jeter with the flip to the plate, running through the infield. One of Jeter's most famous plays. And today, the Hall of Famer's 50th birthday.
It's still amazing where he was on that play to make that play. I mean, shortstop's generally not the cutoff man in that play.
No.
So he's over there to make that play and that flip that quickly.
He ran across the entire infield along the first base line to get that out famously in that playoff game against Oakland. Yankees would go on to the World Series that October, their 4th in a row. They would be just a couple of outs short of a 4th straight championship thanks to a Diamondbacks rally against the great Mariano Rivera.
Luis Gonzalez.
And the next year, the Angels would knock the Yankees out early. Oakland's had a tough time winning playoff series over the years. Since the 1990 American League Championship Series when they swept Boston before being swept by the Cincinnati Reds in that World Series.
The Nasty Boys. Jose Rio, who was a former Oakland A's, was dominant for Cincinnati.
The Bash brothers, McGuire and Canseco, Ricky Henderson, Dennis Eckersley, Dave Stewart. That was a tremendous group of A's going to 3 straight World Series of their own, 88 through 90. That is held onto by Theis for strike 3 as Kraus punches out Cameron, who has struck out 3 times today. 2 outs in the inning, and the batter will be Soderstrom.
He struck out a couple breaking balls the first 2 times. That time, fastball upstairs. He was probably looking breaking ball with 2 strikes.
Can't forget Carney Lansford on those A's teams.
Remember him very well. Very, very well.
This ball line to the gap in right center field. Moniak is over, and he slides, and he makes the catch. He nearly overran it, but Mickey Moniak was able to slow himself down long enough to make a nice play to win the inning.
It's that uniform dirty with this grass stains.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
Bringing you breakdowns.
If we can put him on the mound, this is what it looks like. This is what it feels like.
And live look-ins to the big moments as they happen.
There it goes! See ya!
11 strikeouts for Figgins.
This is going to be so much fun to watch.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network. Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Thursday on MLB Network.
Into the early 80s, and then an Oakland A's world champion, Carney Lansford, who was drafted by the Angels, was 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting in 1978. And you know, back in those days, sometimes you look back and the trades didn't end up making a lot of sense, but the Angels traded a pretty young Carney Lansford to Boston. Then they traded him to Oakland, and that's when he was a great player for the A's.
He was a phenomenal player. He was one of the most intense players and very successful players the game has ever seen.
This ball near the Angels dugout and caught by Nevin. Well, Mr. Intensity was the nickname that Carney Lansford had given him by Don Baylor, who he played with both as an Angel and with the A's.
I literally one time threw a pitch and hit him right in the chest, and he swung at it. So I got a strikeout on it too, and he tips his hat. Hey, good pitch. I'm like, I just hit you right in the chest, but he still swung at it. He's like swinging at it. He was a phenomenal player.
He had that crazy batting stance with the quick hands, and a good third baseman for those Oakland A's teams. Some may not remember Carney Lansford playing for the Angels at the beginning of his career. 1978. Lansford's debut season as Theis hits a bouncer to first. Soderstrom comes in to make the play. And then on that 1979 team that won the American League West, Lansford had 19 homers that year, stole 20 bases, hit .287, and 2 years later he was winning a batting title for the Red Sox. It's hard to understand what generally, they just didn't have the same kind of thoughts as far as how to build teams back then, I don't think. So you look at some of these trades and you wonder, well, why would you just trade this guy? He was 23 years old. He just hit .280 for a team that won the division. He had been a Rookie of the Year candidate a couple of years before that. It just doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes when you look back at these trades. The Angels got Rick Burleson and Butch Hobson for Carney Lansford, Mark Clear, and Rick Miller.
Yeah, you just never know, and that's why you think, you feel that the trade deadline is going to be very active, but you just don't know that for sure because so many teams in the race.
Quick inning here for Joey Estes. 6 pitches to get through the 5th.
You know who's hot right now? Your guy C.J. Abrams.
The Nationals all-star candidate at shortstop.
C.J. Later.
I love watching the guys that just continue to get better and better. He's getting it going.
I've always loved C.J. Abrams. He is a complete hitter.
Just getting better any way I can.
As soon as he went to the leadoff spot, that's when the national season changed.
Welcome to the C.J. Show.
I want to get to the next break. Every time? Every time.
Gone, goodbye.
This guy is just starting to scratch the surface of what he can be.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
There it goes. See ya.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
Nissan, buckle up for an epic test drive at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event. And by Jack in the Box, the Munchies have met their match. Try Jack's Munchies under $4 today. I'm surprised you weren't out in front of the tree this morning handing Christmas presents out to all the kids who are here today.
How do you know I wasn't? I might have been out there.
Yeah, maybe.
I was excited. I saw The Rock put something out on social media. There's a Christmas movie he's got coming out called Red Zone, I think it is, or something like that. I'm ready for it already.
Miguel Andujar leads off the 6th inning against Matt Moore. Well, my house, it'll be Moana 2 and coming out around Thanksgiving.
Oh, you'll like this one there with The Rock in there. Chris Evans, Captain America's in there.
2 balls, no strikes on Miguel Andujar. Andujar with a double in the 1st inning, facing Matt Moore here as he drives one.
I'm really sure you didn't think you were getting a foul ball up there today.
Almost hit that one on the rooftop out there where the light stanchions are on top of Angel Stadium. Just 1 run, 4 hits for Oakland. The Angels had 2 hits from their first 2 batters of the game, and they have not had one since against Joey Estes.
He's really mixed and matched, changed speeds, elevated pitches very effectively and efficiently.
It has remained a 1-0 game as we're now in the 6th inning. High pop up here from Andujar as Zach Neto waits for it to come down, looking up at the blue sky, making the catch for the 1st out.
This is at 12 swing and misses. Look at our StatCast meeting powered by Google Cloud. The common theme, there's been a few downstairs, but most of them in upper part or above the strike zone. 6 on the 4-seamer, 3 on slider, 2 change, 1 on a sweeper. So 12 swing and misses with whiff today for Estes.
Here's Rooker, who doubled his last time. He takes ball 1. Some of the game's final today. Houston won again. They beat Colorado.
They are now 500. Who would ever thought that, the start they had?
They were 7-19 at their lowest point. Since then, they are 33-21. They beat the Rockies today 7-1. Entering today's play, Houston starting to chase down Seattle. Just 4.5 games between them.
Yeah, they were, what, 10 games hit back not that long ago.
Mariners won today, but the Astros have won 7 straight. And they are starting to nip at Seattle's heels here. And Doesn't seem like there's much stopping the Astros right now. Maybe injuries from chasing down the American League West again. Ball 3 from Moore to Rooker.
It looked like Texas was going to get hot, but now all of a sudden they've struggled. They lost again today, the Rangers.
They're 6 games under right now. Milwaukee beat them 6-5 in 10 innings today. Fly ball from Rooker. This one should make it to one of the outfielders. Moniak's calling for it. 2 up, 2 down, as we'll get the munchies with Jack in the Box.
All these munchies are under $4 each. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Pretty interesting watching Zach Neto run out there to the outfield. He was way out in that outfield grass. He wants every single baseball.
2 outs here in the 6th for Matt Moore. Tyler Nevin, the batter. So he takes ball 1. The Yankees and Mets will play the last of their Subway Series games at Citi Field tonight. Sean Manaea against Luis Gil. Gil got roughed up in his last start by Baltimore. If the Mets win tonight, they'll be at 500.
Which is shocking, too.
They have been very much boosted by Grimace, they say, the McDonald's character.
Not just the grimace on the face, it's by the McDonald's character.
Yes, by the big purple blob Grimace, who has helped the Mets. He threw out the first pitch in the Mets game. Since then, they haven't really stopped winning. So it's all because of Grimace that the Mets are closing in on 500. 3-1 on Tyler Nevin. Dodgers are in Chicago tonight playing the White Sox. They're expecting Shohei to sell out Guaranteed Rate Field tonight.
What, an RBI in 9 straight games?
It's close to a Dodger record, I believe. 10 in a row. A home run last night. He has 24 on the year. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Clean inning there for Matt Moore.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Thursday on MLB Network.
Let your voice be heard with the 2024 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by BuildSubmarines.com.
Boy, that was hit a ton.
That's right. You get to decide who represents your team at the MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard this summer in Arlington.
Oh, what a shot.
He has a feel for the moment, doesn't he?
He makes the play.
So make your picks today at MLB.com/vote.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez.
Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding.
What better for the game of baseball?
Sixth inning. It has been almost a year now since Rengifo started to turn the corner offensively, and he really hasn't stopped hitting.
I mean, using the whole opposite field swing has been outstanding. Still has some power in there. He's got some extra base hits, including his 11th double today. But I love the fact he's staying on the baseball a lot longer and hitting the ball the opposite field so effectively.
Here is Rengifo. He had the last Angels hit in this game. And he has another hit here as he lines one to left center field.
It's that opposite field swing again.
First time since Rengifo doubled in the first inning that the Angels have had a base hit, and their leadoff man is on. Here in the 6th inning as it remains a 1-0 game.
Not unusual to see Rengifo swing at the first pitch. He does that quite a bit. Coming in the game, 367. on the first pitch put in play. 3 home runs.
Taylor Ward at the plate here as he looks at a strike.
He's looking at Estes is pretty quick to the plate. Dean the other day was incredibly fast. He was 1-2 to the plate. Between 1-1-5 and 1-2.
Rengifo with 20 stolen bases. As Estes didn't get the call there. The Home Depot's getting it done as the Angels with 5 players who have hit 10 homers this year, including Ward's team high 14.
As much as you want to be aggressive, this is not an easy combination to try to steal. Although Langelier's not behind the plate today, Can has thrown out 16% of base stealers. When you have a pitcher that quick to the plate, you just got to guess the right pitch. Not even a slide step.
And ball 2 strikes on Ward.
Now with 2 strikes, it's looking maybe even a flare into the outfield here for Ward. So a lot of those pitches, especially breaking balls away, just try to punch it to right field.
It's popped out twice on the infield so far today, and he takes that one just off the plate. So it's 2-2. It was just the 17th pitch thrown by Estes off the plate today.
I'm going to say he's been on his own all game long.
Angels have their first hit since the first inning with Rengifo leading off here in the 6th. It's a big lead, not running though, as Estes continues to be very quick to home plate. He's kept that curly hair very dry on this warm day.
How you do that one, that's even more impressive.
It is. Carson Fulmer is warming up in the Angels bullpen. Ball 3.
Now it gets interesting right now. Like I'm watching, you have trusted Taylor Ward will make contact, or if it's out of the zone, take it. Rengifo on the move.
Let's see if he is running on 3-2 to Ward. There he goes. Ward fouls one straight back.
Well, he's popped up everything all game long so far. He just hasn't had his timing together. We talked about that in the opening, even the pregame show, how his timing has been on the last 5 games. So far in this game, though, off a bit.
Well, try again. We'll see if Rengifo runs again with a count 3 balls, 2 strikes on Taylor Ward. Throw over, and it's not in time. Close play. The A's will call down to the video room to see if they have any sort of.
They can't review though, because they lost their review.
That is right. They lost their review on that play at the plate earlier, so.
Yeah, they can ask for it, but it's not necessarily going to be granted.
That might be a good thing for the Angels there. Ward on a check swing fouls it off. Couldn't tell exactly on that replay, but maybe on this one.
Ward's taking off the sunglasses now on that one. Going to that back part of the base. Didn't quite get the tag down. Got the hand back in there. That's you're always taught. Dive to that back part, a longer play, especially for a right-handed throwing first baseman.
3-2 on Ward. Rengifo's running, and Ward hits a bouncer. That's foul. He hit one on the ground with the glasses off. Interesting move by Taylor Ward, mid at bat.
Yeah, I know.
Shed the sunglasses. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. A wave and a miss for strike 3 as Ward slams the bat.
So far out in front of that sweeper. And he had a swing at that. That was in the strike zone. That couple pitches earlier, though, that fastball well off the inside part of the plate. Now Sano, he just needs to bring something lower. He's really good in that lower third of the strike zone. Upper part, not as much.
Ball 1 off the plate there. This is a new season high and career high in strikeouts for Estes, as he has punched out 7 today. He's gotten Sano once. First start in 2 months for Miguel Sano. Rengifo gets chased back again. Hayes' bullpen is up. The bullpen has been fairly good, although they're at its best at the end of the game. We have not seen Mason Miller yet in this series.
That was his pitch. That was his pitch. Just pulled off again. You see that front shoulder and hip opening up quicker than we saw earlier when he was swinging the bat very well with the Angels before hurting his knee.
These are very hittable spots. Sano is either missing or fouling off.
Estes has not even allowed a stolen base attempt against him this year. He's only allowed one stolen base in his career.
Well, one thing he has allowed, though, is home runs. The Angels haven't squared him up yet today.
That was again another pitch. Whew.
Let's hold it back.
Stay on there just a little longer.
Sometimes it takes a while to get the timing back when you've been out for so long, as Sano has. So he's had some rehab games, something that Anthony Rendon may or may not start soon. Rendon is feeling like he's close to being ready, but still determining if he wants rehab games or not, or just come straight back after some live BP. 2-2 on Sano. And a rocket foul. At least he finally squared one up.
Put that bat back a little bit longer. Just got to trust your hands here.
It's the second disengagement of this plate appearance with Rengifo at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Sano. That is the 8th strikeout for Joey Estes. 2 away.
It's been unreal here today. Keeping the hitters off balance. First time seeing you, okay, that first time through the order, you thought, okay, that's going to be a tough one, but he's been very effective even in the 3rd time through now.
Here's Willie Calhoun. He has been intentionally walked and he has struck out today. Doubles since becoming an Angel. Only Neto and Ward have had more for the season in an Angels uniform than Calhoun. Angels would take a double here with Rengifo at first. Estes starting to miss a little bit more with his locations in this inning.
We're getting to that point now where he's just trying to aim the baseball. That's when you end up making mistakes. With that double capability of Willie Calhoun, see if you get one of those aimed pitches in the middle of the zone. He's convinced he's going to pick off Rengifo because he almost had him that one time. You don't see a pitcher throw over as much as he has.
Everybody pulled around to the right for Calhoun on the infield and the outfield. As Calhoun takes ball 3. It seems like Estes is starting to tire.
Still say green light here.
It's ball 4. So Pilar's due up, and we'll see if Marcotte wants to make a move.
Looked like a pretty good pitch there.
And this is the Oakland manager headed to the mound. That did look like a strike on 3-0. And that is it for Joey Estes. So with the location starting to miss a little bit, Estes won't finish the inning. The A's bullpen will try to instead.
Mason Miller.
He's unhittable.
Mason's starting to really feel it.
103 at the top of the zone.
And the Reaper continues to haunt Major League hitting.
Give him 2 bats, give him 3, give him a sheet of plywood. I don't care. You're not getting to it.
You're not even reacting to that.
You just have to have the dog, and you want to go get the guy.
Say yeah! Take that with you! It's pure gas.
Fear the Reaper!
Let your voice be heard with the 2024 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by BuildSubmarines.com.
Boy, that was hit a ton.
That's right. You get to decide who represents your team at the MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard this summer in Arlington.
Oh, what a shot!
He has a feel for the moment, doesn't he?
And he makes the play!
So make your picks today at MLB.com/vote.
We're coming in hot.
Before getting on the field.
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy, stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off Base, only on MLB Network.
Valley Sports West brought to you by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. And by Spectrum. Get Spectrum Internet, mobile, and TV. Visit Spectrum.com for details. Angels trying to sweep this series, but they'll need some runs tonight or today against Oakland. And we'll see if they can get him off of Austin Adams, who is now in relief.
His fastball will run a little bit, four-seam fastball, 91-94. Also throw a sharp break to a slider. Basically a two-pitch pitcher. We have a pinch hitter for Pilar right now.
It's Luis Guillorme coming off the bench to bat in Pilar's place. As the Angels like this matchup better. Adams throws sliders, 75–80% of the time. There is one inside to Guillorme.
I wonder if that had hand because he got hit by the pitch by Pilar infected potentially swing the bat.
Well, maybe, or it could be just that the slider is Adams' bread and butter here. So Wash likes the lefty instead. Guillorme fouls it off. This we'll find out here soon. Although right-handers have hit Adams better than left-handers have in terms of batting average this year, but lefties have a higher OPS against Adams. Way upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. For his career, Adams has only been slightly better against right-handers than lefties. He was drafted by the Angels originally in 2012. They traded him to Washington for Danny Espinosa. It's ball 3 on Guillorme. A few years ago, Adams led the majors hitting 24 batters in just 52 innings. He's hit 8 this year, which leads the American League. 3 balls and a strike. And that's ball 4. So Adams can be wild, and now they're loaded for Moniak. Last night's Arco top-tier play, and today's for good measure as well. Mickey Moniak, a grand slam last night.
Bases loaded scenario again for Mickey Moniak. Your thought process has always got to be, I'm getting 1 run in. Anything more than that is a bonus. That'll keep you on your swing.
And keep you swinging at strikes. Yep. Adams throws one there.
There's a high percentage, like you mentioned, Wayne, of sliders. So you got to be ready on the ball in the dirt, too.
Last year was about 90%. Swing and a miss. 0-2 as Adams has thrown 3 wild pitches this year. As you mentioned, he's hit 8 batters. That goes with 17 walks. So really that's 25 free runners in 27 innings for Adams. Moniak dumps one foul. Bases loaded, 2 outs, a leadoff base hit, then a couple of strikeouts. Now back-to-back walks have loaded him up.
When you're a pitcher, you make a pitch like that. That was a slider right down the middle of the plate. You try to overcompensate. So this should work down and in here.
Ball 1.
This is show pitch. He wants to go back to his slider.
Hooked it foul, went down and got that one.
Quickly into the dugout for Oakland.
Adam, what does he need to hear a pitch count for? He throws the same pitch over and over.
All the fans here today, all the youngsters making some noise.
PitchCom issue again. Erica says we need a whiteboard to show how many days it's been since the last PitchCom violation. We could reset it to 0 once again. Oh. Get your red on and join us for this season of Angels baseball. For more info on upcoming games, including exciting matchups, giveaways, PitchCom defects, and more, visit angels.com/tickets.
Watch it in person.
Yeah. Kid trying to drown out the noise here at the Big A. That's what happens when the PitchCom doesn't work right. Gotta be able to hear that thing. Going through all this just for the PitchCom to whisper slider at a guy who throws it 90% of the time. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Moniak. And a foul that time to keep it 1-2.
Try to sneak a fastball upstairs.
One ball, 2 strikes. Almost that hit him. He's been hit with the bases loaded, and the game is tied.
It was that overthrown slider, and again, you don't have any challenges. Although you can get a review by the umpires, but got him in the leg. You'll get a real good view of that overthrown slider.
And it just nicked him.
Yeah. An RBI.
We just told you that Austin Adams has hit more batters as a relief pitcher than anyone else in all of baseball. And he's throwing 75 fewer innings than starters right now. That's the 9th batter that he has hit this year, and he led the majors in that category 3 years ago. Ball 1 to Zach Neto. So it's 1-1 as Moniak gets the run batted in. Now Zach Neto can give the team the lead as he takes a strike.
Well, he forced that one into zone, got around that one. Tell you what, if he throws that again, Zach Neto's got a chance of crushing it. It's up in his wheelhouse upstairs, that slider upstairs.
That's a fastball that tied up Neto there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's got to be patient. I know you missed your pitch. You felt that pitch before. A lot of times the hitter will expand the very next one. He did so off the plate.
Line drive, base hit. The Angels have the lead. It scores 1, it scores 2, it gets away from Andujar. Here comes Moniak. Big Papa unloads the bases, and the Angels have a 4-1 lead.
This time he didn't miss that slider upstairs and rockets it down in the corner for a 3-run double. Upstairs, Magneto mashes it. Halo's up now. Just like that, after an incredible performance by Estes, the Halos with the lead.
And Austin Adams was gasoline for the fire here in the 6th. He's out of the game.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
There it goes! See ya!
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
Does anyone realize the monster that's lurking in Minnesota's pen? Mr. Duran.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. Duran, a dominant night.
This is unhittable stuff.
What's the movement? I mean, that's incredible.
Swung on a miss. He threw him something nasty and breaking.
Ball comes out with flames behind it.
He struck him out swinging. Gas at 103.
He is the best closer in baseball.
Into some trouble after hitting Mickey Moniak to bring in the tying run. Zach Neto brought in the go-ahead runs.
And this time he trained that eyes upstairs, took a slider upstairs early in the sequence, and gets that one. Give him now 35 RBI this season. 18th double.
Here is Matt Dice against new pitcher for Oakland, TJ McFarland, and there's a line drive base hit. That brings Neto to the plate. It's a 5-run inning for the Halos, and for Matt Dice making his way to second, an RBI double.
Dice turned on the afterburners for an extra base hit. 6th double himself of the year. Stayed on that one really well against the lefty. Picks up an RBI, his 7th, 6th double a year. Those add-on runs important.
How about Austin Adams comes in, faces 3 batters, and they all score. Joey Estes, the book closed on him. He ends up giving up 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings, which means he's on the losing side of the decision now.
And he was outstanding in the game. Lancaster native, same hometown as Angels World Series champ Kevin Apier, Lancaster.
Kevin Apier all over the broadcast.
Yes,
today.
we had to bring him back.
Most of this damage has come with 2 outs. Rengifo led off the inning with a single, but then Joey Estes got back-to-back strikeouts. He walked Calhoun and was clearly fatiguing, so Mark Kotsay went to the bullpen. But Austin Adams couldn't find home plate. He walked Guillorme. He hit Moniak with the bases loaded. And then Zach Neto got a hanging slider, and this game has been turned on its ear. Matt Dice doubling in Neto against McFarland. And now Shonowell, the 9th batter of the inning. He strikes out, but a 5 spot for the Halos here in the bottom of the 6th. You know, Zach Neto loves it when you call him Big Papa.
And why wouldn't you?
You know who's hot right now? Your guy C.J. Abrams.
The Nationals all-star candidate at shortstop. C.J. Later.
I love watching the guys that just continue to get better and better. He's getting it going.
I've always loved C.J. Abrams. He is a complete hitter.
Just getting better any way I can. As soon as he went to the leadoff spot, that's when the national season changed.
Welcome to the C.J. Show.
I want to get to the next break. Every time. Every time.
Gone, goodbye.
This guy is just starting to scratch the surface of what he can be.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
There it goes. See ya.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
29th, the Angels will face the Tigers, and the first 25,000 fans in attendance will receive a Christmas beanie courtesy of Santa Ana College. Visit angels.com/promotions for more info on Christmas in June. How does this look?
Oh, this looks fantastic. It's very cooling. I even got a snowball here to throw to you.
This is how it looked when Rocky and Drago were going.
Drago!
Train in Russia or wherever they were, went to Siberia to train.
Yes.
That's how we're going to get ready for the Randazzler against Goofy Tuesdays.
So comfortable.
Yes, very nice on a nice warm day. Lawrence Butler leads off here in the 7th inning and takes a strike. Never forget the fight of the century, the tale of the tape.
Yes.
Where's Howard Cosell when you need him for a big epic battle?
Down goes Dazzler.
Swing and a miss by Butler against Hunter Strickland, who's in the game for the Angels.
By the way, I'm sure I'm hearing you right now, Wayne, but it's comfortable though.
I never hear anything again after.
What?
Butler batting here against Strickland. He swings and misses for strike 3.
He's got his pitches working all over again now. The last 3 times out for Strickland. His slider's been better. His changeup picked up that velocity on his fastball also.
Well, just in a long season, you're going to expect bumps for just about anybody. And Strickland had a great 2 months. Started to struggle a bit at the early point of June, but if you put it back together and get back on the right track, the Angels would love that. Their bullpen has been very good, as we showed you earlier. And so far today, Hans Kraus, 2 scoreless innings. Matt Moore, perfect 6th. And now Strickland has retired the first batter here in the 7th. I have to think now that you see the Angels aligning their defense, that it seems that Kevin Pillar wasn't feeling great after getting hit on the hand by a pitch earlier in the game. As Renjifo's now in the outfield. Check swing and a one-hopper that Shotwell catches up to 2 up, 2 down. Diorme now the second baseman. 2 up, 2 down. Kyle McCann bats after a quick trip with Kia. 5-1 Angels. A big bottom of the 6th inning, giving the Halos the lead. Oakland has not had a hit since Brent Rooker led off the 4th inning with a double against Roansy Contreras. Angels bullpen has not given up a run or a hit.
And what they're doing is they're throwing a lot of strikes.
For Oakland, they would be looking at their 11th straight road loss, which would be newsworthy if it didn't happen last year and then some. The A's lost 15 in a row at one point on the road last season. They got to get back to the friendly confines of the Coliseum. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kyle McCann.
Make that first visit there this year. Yeah. Next road trip.
Next week. Angels will be in Oakland twice in the month of July. Those will be the final 2 trips to the Coliseum. You going to take something after the last game?
You know what? I did enjoy myself as a player then. A lot of years. I mean, it's a great teams. Fans were unbelievable. Unbelievable. Not so sure I'm going to take anything from the booth, but I'll go down there towards the field for sure.
Can you grab that plastic possum that they had in the booth for me? That would really be nice.
We'll do that for you.
The plastic one, not the
real,
live animal.
Not the real deal.
Please no. Ball 4 to Kyle McCann as he walks for the 2nd time today. But I would like that for my mantelpiece, the plastic Coliseum possum. Here's Max Schumann. I'm not going to either Oakland trip, just by coincidence. I'm not making any statements. It just happened to be that way.
Happened to be that way?
Yes. So you'll have to get
Let me know what kind of souvenir you would like besides that, just in case.
Just that.
Just that? All right.
I'll go back up later and get a piece of the rubble or something. It becomes that. Who knows what they'll do with that place? They've had a semi-pro team, the Oakland Ballers, playing there. Fly ball out to left as Taylor Ward makes the catch to win the inning.
Learning to invest with Greenlight has really paid off.
Huh. Reminds me of how I learned about investing. Yeah, I never learned about investing.
Is there water in this thing?
Bring your family into the financial future.
How many pairs of Tecovas boots is too many pairs? Not sure. How much fun is too much fun? Find your next pair or two at Tecovas.
So that's how they're so productive. They use Fiverr. Look how quickly they find freelancers. So simple.
Yeah, but why are they working in the dark?
Grow your business easily with freelancers. Fiverr.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
With the Game Time app, I paid 60% less than this guy.
What?
And it's not just sports tickets. It's also concerts. Performances, too!
Oh, come on!
Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is
that? Neto reads that slider off the plate. The interesting one right here. That slider upstairs. So he's tracking up there, goes after that fastball off the plate, but he's looking for another one of those sliders upstairs, and he got it. And he did not miss it. 3-run double, and you see the hot zone for Zach Neto always upstairs, and he was ready to bring the hands up and lines that one. Just thinking that same thing with him. If Adams throws it up there, he's not missing it that time around. He's now 5 for 12 with the bases loaded. He's almost Pat Tabler-like with the bases loaded, Zach Neto.
Here is Lucas Urseg. There's a lot written about Miller, but Urseg has done a nice job too out of the A's bullpen, and typically is a setup man for Miller. I wonder if we'll see Miller even get an inning here with Oakland behind, as he has been unable to pitch in this series. And as you can imagine, the save opportunities have really been few and far between of late for Miller, because Oakland's lost 3/4 of their games dating back to May 4th. They were a 500 ball club in the first week of May. They scored 20 runs in a game against the Marlins on May 4th. They were 17-17 at that point, and only a game and a half out of first. They've only won a dozen games since then. Rengifo smacks one to center field. It hangs for Cameron, who makes the play.
Another solid game though by Rengifo. 2 for 4 now. So far in this game, so for Taylor Ward, we showed in our opening today how great he has been in the last 5 games. Today is timing off a bit. See if we get the timing together here. It's a very tough pitcher.
Pretty good pitch, but call goes to Ward. 1 ball, no strikes. Right-handers have only hit 177 against Urseg this year. It's a line down the right field side. That's a base hit, dropping fair into the corner. Taylor Ward gets back in the hit column, doubling the other way.
Yes, 15th double. Timing better. Stayed on that one. Sinker down, lines it the other way.
Only Neto's had more doubles. Neto with his 18th earlier, and Ward now 15. High chopper fielded by Soderstrom, who gets it to the pitcher for the out.
That's a real good play. That's a tough play.
Fans visit LA Rotisserie at section 114. Next time you're at the Big A, choose from tri-tip and chicken sandwiches, salads, mac and cheese, and more. Much more.
Sounds delicious.
It's an LA delight at LA Rotisserie. Willie Calhoun at the plate. Received an intentional walk earlier in the game. Also walked and scored in the 6th inning. Angels put up a 5 spot in the 6th. Took advantage of Austin Adams not having any control upon entering.
5 spot back in the 4th inning last night also.
Some big innings for the offense in this series. And the Angels pitchers have largely held down Oakland, even today with a bullpen game by and large.
And Estes was really impressive for Oakland, the way he mixed and matched his speeds and the location of his pitches. Unfortunately, he ended up giving up 2 earned runs. Position to be potentially taking the L in this game.
1-2 on Calhoun, and that's a check swing for strike 3.
How you get healthcare matters. That's why millions of guys trust Hims. For mental health, ED, and hair loss, Hims can help. Through a free online intake at hims.com, you can hear back from a licensed provider in hours instead of waiting weeks. Plus, through the app, you can control your shipping, access curated content, and message your care team at any time. Premium care, ultimate value. Find your doctor-trusted treatment 100% online. Get started today at hims.com.
This will be the last moment you ever think of soda as being a dirty word. Soda! Because this is Poppy, and Poppy is soda. It tastes like soda, even better than others. It looks like soda, smells like soda, and fizzes like soda. Because it is soda. It will be the soda your kids and grandkids think of when they think of soda. And that's because this soda has none of the bad stuff. Instead, it has all of the flavor. The future of soda is now, and it's called Poppy.
I was paying for my ex's wine club membership for months before I caught it. After we broke up, I forgot all about it, but my credit card did not. That's why I downloaded Rocket Money, an app that shows you all your subscriptions in one place, and any you don't want, you cancel right in the app. Raise a glass to smarter spending and download Rocket Money today.
When it comes to tickets, pick TickPick. You're picking the best prices guaranteed, with no hidden fees ever. Pick from thousands of live events. No hidden fees, more savings. Download the TickPick app.
Join the million-plus fans who have made game days more entertaining by playing along on Underdog. Basketball fans from all over the United States have won over $1 billion. Underdog Fantasy, calling all dogs.
Get pitcher, a guy we haven't seen in a while, Gio Zuniga, back on the big league roster.
There's times earlier this season, though, when you just saw that baseball, especially even in spring training, how well he threw. Shoulder and injury issues, back strong. This attacking the strike zone, working ahead, then finishing off batters.
Face the top of the order for Oakland here in the 8th inning. Daz Cameron has struck out 3 times in this game. Soderstrom and then Andujar following.
Hit him.
First pitch, so Zuniga has hit Cameron to start the inning. Joe Adell has entered the game to play right field. He will take over Miguel Sano's spot in the batting order because Sano is out of the game. As Luis Rengifo has now moved to third base. Guillorme came in to play second base. That moved Rengifo to right field. And now Rengifo has moved from right field to third base. Ground ball to Guillorme at second. Gets it to Neto for 1. Over to first. 2. A double play.
Tell you what, there's not many can turn a double play as well as those two up the middle. Guillorme so quick on his release, but the arm strength of Zach Neto to complete it. Solid 4.63. His hands for Guillorme are so good. And the arm strength for Neto.
So 2 for the price of 1 off the bat of Soderstrom.
Oh, you're getting ready for the Tigers coming in town, aren't you?
Yes. They will call foul balls for Michigan towns. And the Tigers are here starting tomorrow. Andujar with the chopper to third. Rengifo trying to come in and scoop it with a backhand. He's unable to make the play. It should be a base hit, I suppose, for Andujar. Would be the first for the A's since the 4th inning.
Coming in on this baseball, tries to backhand it. That's one of those plays they work on all day long before the game, is using that backhand. Able to do so on that one as the ground is hard now. Warm afternoon here in the 8th inning.
Here's Rooker. Did give Andujar a base hit, his second today. There is Miller, so we will see the Oakland closer, even though the A's are behind here, at least at the moment. Bounced up the middle. Guillorme tried for a dive and couldn't reach it, so it's a 2-out base hit for Rooker, and Oakland trying to put a threat together here in the 8th inning.
A big game against the Angels for Rooker. Back up the middle.
Ball lands a strike to Nevin, who is 0 for 2, struck out his last time, has also walked. Homered in the game on Monday. Oakland put up 5 runs yesterday. Got some help from Tyler Anderson having some command issues. Nevin takes one just off the plate. So the Padres have opened up an 8-0 lead on Washington.
Now 3 games over 500 all of a sudden, even with Tatis Jr. being out.
They're the second wild card team in the National League now, behind Atlanta. St. Louis is third. And Kyle Higashioka got Don Orsillo to scream "Slam Diego" again.
Another one? Back-to-back days, huh?
Profar hit one yesterday, a grand slam, and now Higashioka today. So it's Slam Diego time for the Padres. Ball 2.
Colin Evans showing a pretty good eye. He hasn't chased that slider at all. He's 3 games off the plate. So you got to get him out in zone.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nevin fell down as Zuniga punched him out with 96 to end the inning.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together.
Together. Together.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
Logan Webb, one of the best in the National League, one of the best in the game. He just dictates the tempo and the flow of the at-bat.
Logan Webb is the ace of that staff.
There's a moxie about him with the nasty sinker change-up slider combo.
Very tough combination.
Strikes out swinging.
Gets you to go back to the dugout, shaking your head.
This guy is a complete pitcher. He threw 216 innings last year in this day and age, which is unheard of.
He's given them a chance to win every time he touches the ball.
Angels on the verge of a sweep, need 3 more outs. got a 5-1 lead, and this is the exact way that you want to see Mason Miller enter a game.
Yeah, just get some work in. As a hitter, it doesn't matter if it's a save situation or just getting your work put in. And he's got unbelievable stuff. A whip of 0.81. Opponent's batting average 132. It's his 29th game. Rushing that fastball can touch about 103. Also throw a slider, change up, and split.
Most strikeouts of any major league reliever. He has 60 in 34 innings, and it's ball one here to Guillorme.
So you had Ben Joyce a couple games in a row. Now you have Mason Miller, two of the young, impressive arms out of the bullpens here.
Miller's only had 3 saves in the month of June. A lot of that because Oakland hasn't been winning games. Also had a couple of blown saves. And an impressive arm, and someone that could draw a great deal of interest at the trade deadline. He still has a few years left of team control. Didn't get to the big leagues until last year. The last thing you need if you're not a contending team is a closer. And the teams that are in the playoff race need them badly, whether it's a closer or a late inning arm of any kind.
You always see that type of movement as far as the trade deadline, where clubs looking for that arm and bullpen piece.
Guillorme has to skip out of the way of a 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Miller.
You're going to be extra quick getting out of the way of that one.
No choice. Oh. 100 at the feet. Hey.
That's some footwork. We talk about his hands. Well, now he's got some footwork.
Three balls, 2 strikes on Luis Guillorme. Swing and a miss. 1-0-1. To see Joyce and Miller in the same game, but we've seen them in this series and both with high octane.
When you look at average fastball velocity, number 1 at 100.8, number 3 for Joyce 100.1, but the fastest pitch is thrown. It's still amazing. Aroldis Chapman is at number 1 on that one.
Chapman 10 years older than these guys. Miller is 25, Joyce even younger than that. Miller's from Pittsburgh and went to Gardner-Webb University after having been at Waynesburg University, which is a D3 school.
They named it after you?
No, to check. Get some royalties if they did. Moniak pops out.
Well, these young arms, even you have Paul Skeens throwing about 100+ miles an hour. By the way, the Ducks gave him a jersey today. Anaheim Ducks breaking out the new jersey. One to Mike Trout, one to Paul Skeens. Which is a good decision by the Ducks.
Well, the Ducks look a lot mightier than they did before with their new logo.
Yes.
2 outs, and Zach Neto has the big hit today. A 3-run double in the 6th inning at the plate. Angels with a 5-run 6th. When Mason Miller was at a Division III school, Waynesburg in Pennsylvania, he didn't know he had type 1 juvenile diabetes. Once he found that out, he was able to gain 70 pounds, and from there he went from throwing 85 miles an hour to 100.
Remember him the starter last year. I think it's a perfect role, especially the way he throws the baseball. That was 102.4.
2 up, 2 down here in the 8th as Neto bats. Takes ball 1. Tapper toward third. Nevin, tough play. Bare hand throw. Not in time. Skips by Soderstrom, and Neto will hold it first. Infield hit.
Couple hits today for Neto. Well, definitely a stolen base threat. Picked up his 10th steal yesterday, giving him 10 stolen bases and 10 home runs before the All-Star break.
First Angels shortstop to ever do that before the break. 10 homers and 10 steals. He's thrown in 18 doubles as well, including the 3-run 2-base hit today. Luis Rengifo's made some Angels history today, according to Matt Birch of the PR department. You see Neto with the others who have had 10 and 10 before the break, including Our way back Wednesday profile on Carney Lansford today. But Rengifo became the first Angel to ever play second base, third base, and right field in the same game. It's happened one other time here at Angel Stadium, and it was done by Larry Walker.
Larry Walker.
When he was with Colorado in 1998, he played second, third, and right field. He was normally a right fielder, but had some time on the infield that day. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Looked like Neto was going to go there.
According to Matt Birch, the reason why Walker was on the infield is because there was a walk-off situation.
They both had 5 infielders.
And they moved him around the infield depending on who was out.
Matty Birch always had information.
But it was a wild pitch that ended the game, so none of that mattered. Jerry DiPoto, the general manager of the Mariners and his former Angel GM as well, threw a wild pitch to end it.
So, yeah, you didn't want to have him out there in the infield too long.
Yes. Just looking out for Larry.
Yes. You know he's a future Hall of Famer.
That ends the inning. Miller with a 102-mile-an-hour fastball puts up a 0.
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
Let your voice be heard with the 2024 MLB All-Star Ballot presented by BuildSubmarines.com.
Boy, that was hit a ton.
That's right. You get to decide who represents your team at the MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard this summer in Arlington.
Oh, what a shot.
He has a feel for the moment, doesn't he?
And he makes the play.
So make your picks today at MLB.com/vote.
Mason Miller.
He's unhittable.
Mason's starting to really feel it.
103 at the top of the zone.
And the Reaper continues to haunt Major League hitting.
Give him 2 bats, give him 3, give him a sheet of plywood. I don't care. You're not getting to it.
You're not even reacting to that.
You always have to have the dog, and you want to go get the guy.
Say yeah! Take that with you! It's pure gas.
Fear the Reaper!
Should have had 2, but Kyle McCann missed home plate. The A's had to settle for 1 run in that inning. They haven't scored since. Meanwhile, the Angels put up a big inning in the 6th. 5 runs on 3 hits. All 5 runs scoring with 2 outs. Zach Neto had a 3-run double. And now the Angels are 3 outs away from a clean sweep of their division rival. Mickey Moniak was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded that tied the game against Austin Adams. Looking like Grizzly Adams with that beard, but it was Zach Neto with a 3-run double. That was the big blow.
Yeah, that pitch upstairs is happy zone, and then that place with a double himself. Hustle double. And going back to Hyundai Key for the game today after being down 1-0. Zach Neto kick-started my heart. Kick-start my heart.
Well, be careful over there. It's the 9th inning.
Yes. I might need you to help me out on that one.
Here's Lawrence Butler as he takes ball 1 from Zuniga, who's out there for his 2nd inning of work. Saw Carlos Estevez get the save yesterday. It's always tricky for a manager in a 4-run game. Sometimes you will see the closer. As Butler, it's a fly ball to left over toward the line. Ward chasing after it. He won't get there. Butler has hit into a double play. He's 0 for 3. He's had 2 on, nobody out in the 4th inning, and Butler's double play was pretty much a rally killer. And after that, Oakland has not had close to any sort of scoring chance.
The key is you got to go out there and attack in the strike zone, make them swing the bat here. Here's Zuniga.
Zuniga allowed a few base runners in the 8th inning. He hit a batter, but then he got a double play, and then Andujar had that infield hit off the glove of Rengifo. Butler fouls one off to make it 2-2. Angels and the Tigers tomorrow night, 6:30. Davis Daniel makes his season debut, and see Jack Flaherty for the Tigers out of Harvard Westlake High School. He has been outstanding for Detroit. Two balls, 2 strikes on Butler. Fly ball left field, easy for Taylor Ward. And there's one away.
More important first out here in the 9th.
Friday night, Zach Plesac gets the start against Kenta Maeda, and Saturday Griffin Canning, Reese Olson. Sunday day game, Tyler Anderson and Casey Mize. And then next week the Angels will be in Oakland. 3 more games with the A's at the Coliseum, then 3 at Wrigley against the Cubs.
That's always fun to be able to go to Wrigley Field. It's been a while for the Halos to go there.
Here's Alvarez taking ball 1. 3 weekend day games, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A long weekend with the 4th of July. The Cubs are having a really tough time, but I think Wrigley will still be sold out. All 3 of those games are close to it.
Back to this game, and that play at the plate where Alvarez grabbed McMahon and put him back towards the plate, really, that was huge. The difference between being down 2-0 and with a man in scoring position. Instead, it was just a 1-0 deficit.
It was an unusual play to end that 2nd inning as Zuniga pumps in a strike to Alvarez.
Yeah, a play I've never seen at any level of baseball in my life. With a big break for the Halos there.
Well, the A's have lost about 265 games over the last 2.5 seasons. So I'm sure that a phrase like that has been uttered around that ball club before. Lost over 100 2 years ago, over 110 last year.
Tell you what, though, we've looked over the numbers. I mean, it's amazing how close the series has been since you go back to that run for both teams in 2002. Got runs scored, how close, how many 1 or 2 run games there has been.
Angels are starting to pull away a bit more against the A's at home. They've won 10 of their last 12 here against the A's. This was it in the 2nd inning. A big play in this game. A double from Max Schumann looked to have brought home 2 runs, but Kyle McCann kind of stumbled as he went over home plate, and then when Alvarez touched him there, that made McCann ineligible to go back to try to score. He was out at that point.
So you got to credit John Bacon to see that play and recognize the rule there, and he was right. He's not paying attention there, noticing he doesn't hit the base of what Alvarez did to McCann. It's a different game possible.
Now the base runner here in the 9th inning. The Angels will get Estes up. 4 games coming up against Detroit before the next off day, so the Angels have to be mindful of what their bullpen will look like. That San Diego Washington game we mentioned was 8-0 Padres. Now it's 8-5. Washington has scored 5 in the 9th inning. Cleveland and Baltimore just getting started. The Guardians with the best record in the major leagues entering today's play. Can lines one to the gap in right center field. Adell cuts it off. He'll hold McCann to a single as Alvarez goes to 3rd. And
they are fighting again. They always do.
See how much it takes to get Estes into this game. Schumann is up. It's a save situation right now as the tying run is in the on deck circle. The San Diego Washington game just ended on a double play, so rally's going to get snuffed out quickly. Padres held on to an 8-5 win. Just missed, I guess, over the edge of the plate. 1 ball, no strikes.
Straight on the corner. See if we get that ground ball. Double play.
Gets one back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
This one a little bit off the plate, especially when you have a catcher sitting up in. He brought it back. Then it's definitely off the plate. The one before end zone.
Fly ball to center field. This will be deep enough to score the run, but it's an important out for the Angels. 2 away here in the 9th inning as Alvarez comes home. Now 5-2. Cameron due up. Soderstrom is on deck now. If Soderstrom bats, it will almost certainly be Estes to face him. So Zuniga will have a chance here to end the game against Cameron. He was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and he was hit by a pitch. The Angels, this will be 11 wins in their last 13 home games against Oakland. 3-0 start to the season series this year, with 3 series to be played between these 2 teams in the month of July.
Good pitch there.
It's 0-2. Hans Kraus worked a couple of scoreless innings today. Matt Moore 1-2-3-6. That's Moore. That's the pitcher of record. Wow, one right on the edge of the corner there. That does not get called a strike.
That's a pretty good pitch. See, perfect. You can't throw that baseball or place it any better than that one.
Should have been over right there. Instead, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Daz Cameron.
That was a good swing at that one there.
Soderstrom, a more dangerous hitter on deck. Angels trying to end it right here with Cameron. 1-2 the count. Hit hard toward short. Neto backhand throw to second. Say goodnight to the A's. The Angels with a clean sweep of their division rival. A 5-run 6th inning. Zach Neto had a 3-run double to give the Halos the lead. And it's a win, a series sweep. 5-2 the final today.
Impressive too, especially well, Estes threw the ball for Oakland early on, but then that big inning and led by the 3-run double by Zach Neto, jumping on a slider by Adams upstairs. And Matt Theis with an RBI double himself. Bullpen excellent again today. Solid performance by Contreras, but the bullpen was really, really good.
It was in the 6th inning when this game turned around for the Angels as Zach Neto ripped a 3-run double.
Stayed on that. Remember that slider earlier in the at-bat. Got the same exact slider. Didn't miss it. 3-run double. 3 RBIs on that swing. 18th double this season for Zach Neto. Big Papa.
Painful way for Joey Estes to get a loss after he was very good today. His bullpen failed him, and the A's offense didn't hit much behind him either. So it's 3 wins for the Angels to start this homestand. 4 with the Tigers, who come in next, and Zach Neto, a huge part of it. He's our Toyota player of the game.
All right, Big Papa, you did it again. Once again with the bases loaded, your 13th RBI with the bases loaded 3-run double. How'd you get it done this time?
Just putting a good bat on the ball. You know, a very tough pitcher out there, but you know, I was able to trust myself and trust the teammates that got on before me to do the job, and I was able to come through for them.
Tough starter today too. You feel like once he got out of the ball game, you guys would be able to put some runs on the board this afternoon?
Yeah, that's our game plan against everybody. Try to get the starter as quick as possible, but it didn't go with our way to it didn't go our way to start, but be able to get into the bullpen and do some damage, that was big time for us.
You certainly did do some damage. You feel like you have kind of mastered, if you will, the leg kick and how you've been working with it this season?
Yeah, it's a lot of changes I've been doing, but just be able to trust my coaches and trust my teammates to be able to do it out here in the game and produce. And without them, I wouldn't be here.
Last one for you guys are 8-4 in June. A sweep of the Athletics here at home. Homestand rolls on. How are you guys feeling with the confidence of the club right now?
It's good to be home.
Nice job. Thanks for the time.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys.
All right, Erica, the halo shines brightly today after a win.
That was a nice comeback, especially the way Estes and the team was playing Oakland early on. There they are, dancing with Big Papa.
He's got the moves, and the Angels have a sweep.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home, where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
Mason Miller.
He's unhittable.
Mason's starting to really feel it.
103 at the top of the zone.
And the Reaper continues to haunt Major League hitting. Give him 2 bats, give him 3, give him a sheet of plywood. I don't care. You're not getting to it. You're not even reacting to that.
You always have to have the dog in you. You want to go get the guy.
Say yeah! Take that with you! It's pure gas. Fear the Reaper!
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
And the Angels will look to keep it rolling tomorrow, trying to make it 4 straight wins to start this homestand, as they will take on the Detroit Tigers tomorrow night with Angels Live, presented by Nissan, beginning at 6 o'clock. Stay tuned. Angels Live postgame is coming up next, presented by the OC Healthcare Agency, with Tim Salmon, Erica Weston, and Patrick O'Neill. For Gooby and Erica, I'm Wayne Randazzo. We say goodnight from Angel Stadium.
Named 2024.
Scooble has been brilliant. His stuff is absolutely nasty.
Got him swinging. My man Tarek Scooble is on another level.
Swing and miss. Turned him inside out with a slider.
He's able to control the zone with multiple pitches.
It is a changeup, and it is ridiculous.
I think Tarek's going to have a big year.
Scooble just having its way.
You have been off to some kind of start in 2024.
Confidence and aggressiveness in the zone is how I pitch, so it's been good so far.
You talk about getting tied up in knots.
He's just carving one of the top young pitchers in the sport.
Get inside the game with the winner of the 2024 Sports Emmy Award for Outstanding Daily Studio Show, MLB Tonight.
Boom! How fun is this show?
There it goes! See ya!
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Welcome, everybody, to our Angels Live postgame presented by OC Navigator. Look at Luis Rengifo, now your number 2 hitter in the American League in batting average. He's got to get that in, fired up for that right there. 5-2 Angels over your A's. They're 12-10 month of June. They have won 8 of their last 12 here at the Big A. Things are clicking. I know that the A's are the A's right now. It doesn't matter. Learning how to win. Tigers coming in for 4. Tim Salmon, Patrick O'Neill, what do you like about this win?
Well, again, the Angels put together something late in the game. I mean, they kind of, you know, I don't know how you would say it, but, you know, the offense didn't get together, you know, for the first 5 innings. But, you know, they didn't go and, you know, pout or anything. They got the bats figured out there after that, after Joey Estes came out, and they figured it out. So to me, that's what I like about it, the fact that they answered in a big way, put a big cricket number up.
Yeah, and it's a bullpen day, right? Contreras, he goes 3, he gets pulled. Then you go to Kraus. We saw Strickland, we saw Zuniga. What'd you like? We're going to show some of the pitching here that we liked.
Well, I mean, the fact that, again, these guys are coming in and for the most part clean innings, you know, and they're doing their job. They're throwing strikes, they're getting the outs, doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, you know, you look at the, you know, beginning of the game, you know, when you had Contreras, I mean, you knew he was going to go about 60 pitches.
That's a lot of innings. I don't think he can go 60.
Yeah, he did a great job, but then he passed it on to Kraus, and Kraus came in, did his job through a couple innings, and then, you know, Moore came in, got the inning, and, you know, got a good strikeout there. So to me, I like the fact that the bullpen came in. They were given limited work, and they got the job done. They didn't get themselves into too much troubles in it. Zuniga there at the end, I mean, he hasn't pitched in a while up here, so you kind of expect, you know, he was going to be a little rusty. But for the most part, you like what the bullpen did, and you stayed away from a couple of the big arms you relied on the last couple nights, and you know, you pull off the sweep. And you know, again, anytime you can sweep a team, I don't care who it is.
Right.
The Oakland A's were poised earlier in that game to really take advantage of that, you know, the score, and really make it, you know, maybe put the Angels out early, but they stuck in there and were able to pull off the sweep, and it was once again an all-around effort.
Yep, yeah, no doubt. And I should point out that I left Moore's name. You mentioned it, but Moore picks up the victory with that 1 inning. That's now 4 wins for Matt Moore. So obviously there was a play in the 2nd inning that we'll get to that none of us has ever seen before. But the 6th inning with the 5 runs, that's back-to-back games that the Angels have 5-run innings. And, I mean, Giffey let it off with the hit. Then you get 2 outs, and then, you know, all 2-out magic.
Well, it was. You know, I come back to this. Sometimes when you're facing the tough pitchers, you just wait them out. I mean, you just battle them, and hopefully you get them out of the game. And in this situation, you know, Rengifo gets the single right there. But Joey Estes comes back, and he gets 2 strikeouts. He gets 2 outs, you know, going into that inning. And then, of course, he walks Billy Calhoun. But, you know, but here's the thing. They took him out with 2 outs. The guy had been dealing 8 strikeouts. I'm telling you, you did the offense a favor right there, putting a new arm in. You know, Austin Adams comes in. You see the great at bat by Moniak. I'm behind the skid.
It's okay. Neto, by the way, bases loaded is just money.
He is. I mean, he's taking good at bats, and the fact that he's hitting sliders, you know, he's keeping them in play. To me, that was clutch right there. Just a big at bat for him. He's really been swinging the bat well, but. And then, you know, you bring in the lefty, and lefty on lefty first pitch. Patty Tice isn't waiting around. He's going to take advantage of that strike as well. But, you know, I want to come back to Moniak's at bat because he got down 0-2 right away, and he battled, and that's what we've been talking about. Yeah, you look up the number, the numbers don't look great, but he gives you good at-bats right now, and he might have been overpowered a little bit earlier in that at-bat, but, you know, he battled it out, and he allowed himself to get nicked on, you know, on the jersey and get down to first base and pass the baton, and that's what it's about. That's what these guys need to understand. It's like, don't go up there and try to be the hero. Let the guy behind you be the hero. If they're not going to give you anything to hit, pass the baton any way you can.
Absolutely, agree. But Neto, bases loaded, 5 for 12, right? 4 doubles, 12 ribbies. Guy's absolutely clutch.
Just broke it wide open,
2nd inning. Never seen it. I spoke to John Bacon, the home plate umpire, as he was coming off the field. I said, have you ever had a call like that, ever seen it? He said, nope, never have. You see something new every day. Crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you probably haven't seen that at home plate, but we've seen that on other bases, though. I mean, I've seen it.
Where a player is pushing the guy back and gets called for interference?
Well, we almost had one the other day on the home run. I mean, at first base. So you do see that kind of contact a little bit here and there around first base on plays that, you know, guys did extra base hits. And maybe occasionally at third base, you might get a third base coach putting a stop sign on and making contact. But at home plate, that was a big call for the Angels right there. I mean, hey, kids, I mean, this is what Ron Washington was all on Zach Neto about the other night at second base. Slide. Just slide. I mean, you were coming in, you were prepared to slide, and then the guy gives you, hey, you can stand up, and now you get caught in between. If you just slide, it's no big deal to slide right there. But again, because of that, he got his footwork all messed up, and he missed the base. And his own buddy in the on-deck circle reminded him to go back and touch the base.
Yeah, who's the one that said first slide and then don't slide. That has to be tricky. I've never been in a situation like this.
Just slide. It's easy.
Yeah. No, you're right. But nuts, crazy. It happened at home plate, and that was a big run. It was 1-0. That would have been 2-0. It was 1-0 for the longest time. Then the Angels broke it open in the 6th. We'll come back. Lots more to get to here as the Angels complete the sweep of the Oakland A's. They're going to see this team. They're going to finish off the 13-game schedule with the A's in the next month. It's insane, and they took care of biz here today.
We're coming in hot.
Before getting on the field.
Let me bring up a couple of numbers, too.
Teams get hot, teams get cold.
I check out off base.
This guy, stuff-wise, big-time stuff.
You had your pick.
Off base, only on MLB Network.
Does anyone realize the monster that's lurking in Minnesota's pen? Mr. Duran.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good night. Duran, a dominant ninth.
This is unhittable stuff.
What's the movement? I mean, that's incredible.
Swung on a mist. He threw him something nasty and breaking.
Ball comes out with flames behind it.
He struck him out swinging. Gas at 103.
He is the best closer in baseball.
Everybody, this is our Angels Live postgame, and it's presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org. Angels complete a sweep of the A's. They needed to do this. Listen, they're playing better baseball. This is good. The A's not very good. Just keep winning ball games. See what happens. Got the Tigers coming in for 4, hanging out with Angels Hall of Famer Tim Salmon, Patrick O'Neill. Mickey Moniak, we were just talking about, and you were highlighting how good that AB was right in the 6th to pass the baton. But in center field, he is making plays. It was the 5th inning. He made a really good catch.
Great catch. I mean, you know, with a runner on base and Soderstrom at the plate. I mean, this is a tough play right here. You know, left-handed batter. It looked like he maybe put a little bit of English on it, but this was the play from last night. We talked about him coming in and making the sliding catch. Taylor Ward had a little bit of an issue trying to do that same play earlier in the game. But, you know, again, Moniak right there, that was a ball that was hit right at him on the line. That was a very difficult play to read. But then here's this one. I mean, a left-handed hitter, he broke to the gap, and all of a sudden it just kind of died on him. You know, maybe got it off the end of the bat a little bit, had some English on it, came back around on it. Again, those center fielders, they got to cover a lot of ground, and they got to deal with the ball moving both directions. But great job of playing defense there. And again, I just got to give kudos. I mean, he's coming around at the plate, but I tell you, his defense has been steady all along.
Yeah, all right, so Mickey Moniak getting that playing time with Mike Trout on the shelf, and it's starting to, click for him, and he's having fun. That's great to see. Now, I've been doing the math on Luis Rengifo. Yeah. I've been tracking this. Now, in order to qualify for a batting title, it's 3.1 plate appearances. Multiply that by games played per team. Right now, by having 4 at-bats, he goes 2 for 4. He's now hitting .308, officially qualifying second in the American League to Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah, how about that? I mean, we've known it. I mean, Louis been hurt a little bit this year and coming off his injury last year as well, and he's just been everything for this club right here. I really believe Ron Washington has gotten the most out of him. The consistency, that's the one thing that's kind of plagued him, is he's a super hot player, but he can have some cold spells, but it doesn't seem like that so much this year. It seems like he's up there posting every night, giving you something either defensively or offensively. I think he's really coming into his own right here, and the fact that the way he swings the bat, again, he got something started in the first inning, the Angels couldn't capitalize, and then he got something started in the sixth inning, and that's what led, to the big outburst. So he's definitely been the guy that's fueling, or the catalyst to, for this team, this offensive team, to get him going.
He's the glue. I mean, listen, he started the game at second. He went out to right field, then he finished the game at third. Couple of knocks, hitting second in the American League. Angels have had one, all-time, one batting champion, Alex Johnson, 1970. Let's see if Luis can keep it going. Still a long way to go. Meanwhile, Ron Washington, 3 wins from 700. Here's what he had to say after the dub.
Well, what stood out to me is the at-bats. The way they grind out the at-bats right there. We got 2 hit batters, I think, in that inning. And, Big Papa was struggling in his first 2 at-bats all day. And then he locked in and got us a lead, that 3-run double. And from that point on, the bullpen came in and did a good job.
What was their starter doing that was so difficult for you guys early on?
Well, I think what he was doing was he was more or less moving the ball around the strike zone. He wasn't, I don't think too many guys seen the same pitches in the same area. And I read an article earlier today where the manager said that he was a pretty good pitcher. And he did that. But we stayed in the fight. We wore him down, and they had to go to the bullpen. And once they went to the bullpen, things went in our favor.
Have you ever seen a play like the one in the second inning with the runner? Have you ever seen anything like that?
I've never seen anything like that. Matter of fact, the last, I've seen about, that happened in what, the 5th inning? Let me see, we played 7, 5, that's 12, 13 innings. I've seen some stuff I've never seen. The last 13 innings. I mean, there was no play at home plate. There's no reason to miss home plate. None at all. There was no play. You could have walked from third base and touched that home plate, but I'm glad he didn't.
That kind of show you what Neto can do with 2 strikes to kind of bounce it backwards so it's ball really hard.
Well, what he showed me what he could do is quit trying to hit the ball out the ballpark and make contact. I have been talking to him about that all day. He was looking at his iPad, and I said, you're not going to find an answer in that iPad. The answer is you swinging, and you're looking at me every time you swing. All you got to do is put the head on the ball, and he did it. He did it, but that's what he should have been doing all day. And he ended up 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, game winners. You never know. I mean, that first inning, we could have lost that ball game in the first inning. We had those guys on the bases with 3, 4, 5 coming and got nothing out of it. Then that guy stood us up all the way into the 6th or the 7th inning. And if they bullpen come and do what that last guy did, Miller, it might have been a 1-0 ball game. So you just never know when you're going to win it. You never know where you're going to lose it. And we could have lost it in that first inning when we didn't put the ball in play.
What do you think of Contreras?
I thought he did a tremendous job. We knew he only had a certain amount of pitches. And, there was one inning there where he threw about 6 pitches. He had 2 outs, but they fouled off balls. And when you working on a certain amount of pitches, those foul balls hurt. And we certainly didn't want to push him past his 65. And we didn't want to let the game get away right there either. So that's why we brought in Kraus.
The 4 relievers on the job as well. What do you kind of the serious feeling about your home?
Well, I've been feeling good about my bullpen. I don't like a bullpen game, but now the way it is in baseball, you have bullpen games. But they did a good job. Contreras got the ball into the 4th inning, and Kraus came in and got us to the end of the 4th and the 5th, and then Strickland got us to 6, and we put some more runs on the board, and it fell in place. I was glad I could stay away from Garcia and Estes. And we almost pulled Fulmer out that bullpen. Now we got some length for tomorrow.
Is Pilar's hand okay?
Yes, just bruised, and we didn't want to take any chances, We wasn't sure if he would have been able to throw the ball or hold the bat. So the next time he came around, we tried to see how he held the bat. It wasn't good. So we sent Guillaume up there. He got that walk, and it snowballed from there.
Nice to hear what Wash has to say about tomorrow, not using those bullpen arms, because tomorrow they will be needed against Detroit. Reminder, this is our Bally Sports Angels Live postgame presented by the OC Healthcare Agency. Navigate to a healthier you at angels.ocnavigator.org.
If you're a baseball player and you want to watch just sheer joy in the way to play the baseball game, Jose Ramirez, look no further.
Every time he's locked and makes contact, it's a homer.
Jose Ramirez! Wow! When you are a star player, it is not just home runs, it's all the things you do. That's the beauty of the sport.
Jose Ramirez putting on the Ritz.
Oh, that was outstanding. What better for the game of baseball?
Long before Aaron in Atlanta, before Jackie stole home, there was Satchel, Cool Papa, and Willie at Rickwood Field. Baseball returns to its Negro League roots in the oldest professional ballpark in America, Tuesday on MLB Network.
Angels win, you win free fries. Get the free medium fries tomorrow with any $2 purchase. Excludes tax only on the app at participating McDonald's. Well, it was that 5-run 6 that got the fries. You got 5 runs that happened yesterday, reminding everybody about the Tigers coming in, the next 4. They're 37 and 43. The Angels have 33 wins. It's going to be a good test. It's a 4-game series. A split is good. 3 out of 4 would be even better.
It would be better. I think the key, though, is this club is starting to trend and play better. You know, you got the win behind you right now, right? You got momentum. You got the big momentum. Don't mess that up. I mean, don't come in here complacent because it's Detroit. Yeah, it's easy when the Yankees are in town or some of these bigger teams to get fired up. You know, you play a few games against the Oaklands and the Detroits. It's kind of easy to play down to that level. And so you got to be guarded about that. Go out there, keep, you know, putting your nose to the grindstone and ready to go.
Big start for Davis Daniel.
Yeah.
Biggest of his career, first MLB start. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, we got a couple guys today.
Yes.
We got a couple starters, some big starts
Let's
for
go. Let's see what happens. Hope to see you here at the Big A versus the Tigers. If not, just stick around and watch us right here on Bally Sports West. Well, Fish, good job. Again, you roll into town and you just bring the W's with you, partner.
Hey, I'll take it.
Nice work. Great job. Excellent job by you, by our entire Angels crew. Erica in that locker room getting the sound. And, of course, you at home, you Halo fans, thanks for believing in us. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Go Halos!